Hello everyone, welcome to Studio Screenplays Pathfinder Episode 5. We are down to a half group. We have Cal and Bay, which will be something.
We're all afraid.
So,
it's going to be amazing.
It's either going to be great or terrible, and I am choosing to withhold my judgment until later.
Both.
We'll find out. It could just be meh.
Overview of last game. The implementation of the I know a guy rule occurred. So, it was called Pirates of the Dazzling Reef.
Cute.
Marcena and Cal headed back to the inn and the city began to stir. They encountered Bay and Mandelion at the inn checking on Dolores. Marcena fabricated a story of Cal's hand coming off his body and casting spells independently, wreaking havoc on the city. Bay excitedly realized this was a joke. Bay and Mandelion heard the harbor master was killed. Marcena claimed it was not her doing. The group went back to see Podrick for an idea of what to do. They find him still naked with the door ajar. After pestering the poor man, the group talks about stealing the ship, which Podrick chooses to ignore. After insulting his manhood several times, the group heads towards the harbor, passing by the burned bazaar. Bay made a pun. The group was proud.
Pardon?
Cal caught one of the now visible black threads, noticing they were made only to last a short time. The party arrived in the harbor and began examining the body of the harbor master. Mandelion looked within her jaw, and seeing the edge of what the object was, Bay sliced open the harbor master's throat, breaking a nail in the process. Bay pried the throat open, pulling out a rock with a carving of an open censored book, which is familiar but unplaceable to Marcena. Mandelion realized the rock was an impossible size to swallow. Marcena cleaned Bay of the blood as footsteps were heard. Cal headed toward the individual whom was in guard uniform and taking notes of the city. He learned there were 563 people dead so far from the night of Cursed Luck, which was described as a small tally. With no indication of the ship they are on, Bay, through a confusing GM description, faced the terrible police line, making it past and finding a bright blue crystal, a gold coin stuck to the bottom of the podium, and a locked compartment. Marcena hid in Cal's backpack. After finding the correct ship, the group boards, ending Marcena's backpack adventures. The group was given cleaning supplies and cleansed the deck. Bay brought out their claws and frightened one of the crew members. The captain asked the party about their claws. Mandelion attempted to hide Bay's shifting abilities. Bay, obliviously, shows they can shift. The captain asked the claws to stay put away on the journey unless attacked, and was told of the glory of cinnamon rolls. The party explains why the crew showed fear of Bay, with no satisfaction to the explanation. After speaking, the party learned the journey would take 2 to 3 weeks. After a few hours, Bay pulled Marcena aside and told her Mandelion and they had left because Bay had a dream one of them would be cursed. Bay knew if Mandelion was cursed and knew about it, the consequences would be worse. During the night of Cursed Luck, they saw the flaming papers coming from the Temple of Arata, and one of them was headed towards Bay, but Mandelion stepped in the way and was hit by the paper and, assumedly, the curse. Bay asked Marcena if they are friends, and Marcena stated they technically did not specify which morning they would tell them if they were friends. Bay asked where they were going, and Marcena said they were stopping by her home if they would accept her. Bay stated their father was an advisor of sorts and asked if Marcena was a princess, but was a queen. Bay knew of only one monarchy on Monstran, which was in Elisantire, and they had seen the queen in person. Marcena invited Bay to follow her to her homeland to see the truth with their own eyes. Mandelion visited Dolores, fed her, and groomed her. Marcena found her and asked her how she was feeling, cleaning the ash off Mandelion's chest. The group ate. Cal spoke with a sailor who spoke of the Dazzling Reef, which houses coral and fish and occasionally merfolk. Cal asked for notice when the reef became visible. Several days passed, then in the middle of the night a conch was blown. The reef glows and astoundingly beautifully extended for miles. The ship needed to maneuver within a channel to avoid striking the edges of the reef. Bay recalls being at this location before the reef existed, being the original hipster. The moon of Moor is not visible. Marcena noticed a small glittering... Marcena noticed a small glittering object within the water, a mirror. She chose to leave it and plays music until morning. The party sees a 60-foot sea turtle swimming beneath the ship. Bay found the captain plotting a path and asked why the crew was afraid, and was told it was due to superstition and people fear those who are different and can be unpredictable. Bay asked if he had met Samsarans before. He had a few times and even cared for a child when transporting them in the direction of Corcus Lake 15 years prior. Bay assured the captain they could fight and demonstrated the capacity they could transform. The captain advised caution when transforming in order to stay safe and to not trust everyone. The captain also tells Bay people can be friends even if they don't say they are friends. The party slept except Bay, who was riding all night. Marcena managed to sneak out of the quarters without alerting anyone and ate breakfast. The party went up to the top of the ship. Over the course of the night, the top of the reef sunk deeper into the water, but is still visible but a ship could pass above it. Cal saw a flash of green scales and sent a message spell in common to the creature, but received no response. A few days passed, and the party saw a windstorm to the east that appeared not to frighten the crew. Maricena noticed a trio of ships in the distance approaching rapidly, bearing a flag of a black skull and crossbones.
We're in the MCU.
The captain rushes out, knocking over the table. He pulls out a spyglass and announces the ships are a group of pirates known as the No Mercies. The ship changed course and headed south to attempt to avoid the pirates, meanwhile preparing cannons. The pirates continued to gain ground and caught up with them over the course of 3 to 4 hours. Cal cast Enlarged Person on Bay, whom then grew claws, feathers on their arms, and their hair transformed into feathers as well. Cal greased the enemy ship several times, managing to set fire to the first ship, sinking it with several inopportune cannon blasts. Bay took several gunshots from the second ship and was healed by the resident cleric, while Maricena irritated the pirates to death. Bay managed to scare away all the members of the second ship except for the captain. Their left arm was shot off and Mandalion downed them, and Bay carried them to their ship to be interrogated. The group raided the bodies and returned to their ship. One of the crewmates in the party ship set the second pirate ship ablaze. The remaining pirate ship continued to follow the party. The party noticed the captured pirate captain was mangled prior to his arm being shot off. The captain took the pirate captain for questioning, and after being interrogated, Maricena questioned him briefly and then left. They received contact from the crown and proselytized to the party, attempting to wake Cal from his intelligence-damaged stupor before telling the party about how great the crown is as a god. A member of the crew knocked on the door and left a bottle of rum for the party. The party imbibed and then drifted off to sleep.
It's really gross. It's really gross. I don't like rum.
So, after a night of drinking, some of you, I presume you probably had the one swig and that was about it.
It was really bad.
Okay. So, you wake up to the sound of Mandalion retching.
Are you okay? You do not sound okay.
Mandalion kind of waves and is cradling a bucket in their arms. You see the empty bottle of rum right next to their sleeping place.
This is what you get when you drink the rotten fruit.
Roll a d20 for me.
19?
You feel excellent.
Oh, I've definitely had worse nights.
The cleric is asleep next to you. On the floor, not in your
Yeah.
bed.
Oh, that is... I think you might have had more than you thought.
What?
Are you okay?
I think so. Since came from the depths.
Oh, she's not. That's not fantastic.
No. That's not good.
No,
I wouldn't
it's-
even say fantastic. It's just bad.
I think you're right.
Hey! And I kind of poke at the cleric.
Do you have any hair of the dog?
Why would we want
I don't
hair?
use arcane casting implements.
No, it's for hangovers.
You use dog hair
What?
for hangovers?
No,
it's what
we don't allow alcohol on the ship. Why would we have hangover cures?
Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, my friend is sick. Can you fix it?
I think only time can fix that.
Okay,
And they
so
kind
you
of
can't fix it?
not right now, and they pick up the trident, and you still see the glaring hole in the middle of their
And
neck.
thank you so much, by the way. Your
Your
ministrations helped an excellent recovery from the scheme of things.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. If
Although-
you need anything else that I can help with,
I
please tell
have
me.
one question though. I'm a bit fuzzy from yesterday.
No, you are not.
Figure of speech. I seem to remember there were 3 ships, and the one on our, I want to say, starboard aft sank? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes. And then the other one was set ablaze, and we're currently being pursued by the third pirate ship.
Fuck. And I don't suppose there have been any... Oh, fuck.
Is it getting... Oh, you wouldn't know. You're down here. That is a stupid question. I am sorry. I'm going to go up to the top of the ship.
Okay.
Oh, Mandalorian, I'm going to be on the top of the ship if you need me, but I think you're going to be here for a while, and, okay, at some point you won't have anything in your stomach and that
There's a smell that's kind of permeating the
Okay,
room.
so that stinks a lot. I'm just going to leave this right here, and I just leave, like, my water skin right by her. Just in case. Okay, I'm going to go up now.
Marcena is still asleep, seemingly not moved
hey,
from their
Molly.
sleeping position.
Molly.
No movement.
Oh my god, she's dead.
Wait.
Sorry, I was just watching that horrible moment. Oh my fucking god, she's fucking dead.
She fucking dead.
Molly?
I hold two fingers in front of, or 2 fingers on, right hand, right in front of her mouth. Is she breathing?
She is breathing.
Cool.
I really wanted that to be your left hand and go, oh wait.
I probably did that actually, like, depending on how she's lying down,
Okay.
but she's fine, just sleeping.
Okay. I'm going to go up to the top of the ship.
Are you following? Or are you
I
preparing
am
your spells?
actually gonna. No, I'm not prepping my spells. I am taking my arm off though.
Okay.
Yeah. Then gonna put my shirt on and tie the left sleeve into a loose knot.
Okay.
And head up the ship.
All right. So you head up, and
I went to look for the pirate ship.
all right.
I went to kill them.
So as you go up, you're kind of blinded by the brightness of the sun.
Oh.
It appears to be about 10 in the morning, and it's glinting just off. But there is a pirate ship, and it's following you, and it's maybe a mile behind you.
Just gonna go stand on the edge of the ship, facing it, like holding the railing and just like slightly bouncing. Like way too excited for this.
All right, so you come up and you see.
That's disconcerting.
You watch as one of the cannons just kind of points at you.
I don't really want to say
Try
this.
it, bitch.
Has it been following us? Has it been gaining at all? Keeping its
It's
distance?
been keeping its distance at us.
Okay.
We've
well,
seen a lot of movement. I would assume there's a boarding party at some point that will be.
Yes, but they were also likely counting on superiority of numbers, so...
They moved about 3-4 of their cannons towards the front of their ship to fire on us. They moved their broadside cannons.
Which reminds me, they didn't stop to pick up any of the fallen brethren, did they?
No.
Okay.
Pirates don't tend to care about pirates, they care about money.
I thought I was just...
It makes sense. I'm
still like...
This is the pirate that you were speaking to yesterday that
The sailor?
left their family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the sailor.
The pilot?
It was the sailor that you were talking
Awaken
to
the
yesterday who left
bloodlust.
their family.
Okay. Gods have mercy on their souls, I suppose.
The one kind of holds out their hand to you. You are an incredible asset to this ship. Oh, yeah.
Did it right?
I wasn't watching.
God damn it, Karen.
Don't need as much force. Just a little up and down. Oh no. And they just kind of like take your hand. Give me your hand. Yes.
Okay. I write that
Just kind
down.
of like grip their hand.
I'm going to write that down.
I guess the best word is new?
No, I'm not new. I'm very old.
Yes, but Bay is new.
Bay is not that new. Bay is new to me, but...
Bay is new to the outside world.
Well, I've seen a lot of the outside world. It's just all jumbled. It doesn't completely make sense.
Yes, but this you is new to the outside world.
Oh yes, but I've seen it before.
Yes, but that doesn't mean it's the same that you've seen.
No, I was here before Zarif. Zarif is new.
The
Yes.
sailor looks really confused.
It's very pretty.
We can agree on that.
It's almost gone. You can just see it off in the distance.
Oh, that is very big. It must have been here a long time ago.
I mean, it goes for miles and miles.
How fast would you say that it grows? Do you know?
I don't know.
Have I happened on anything like this in reading?
I mean, you could try making a nature check with
Yeah.
disadvantage.
That's what I thought. It's pretty decent. No, it's still not bad. That'll be a 14.
Not really. I mean, Elven Homeland is far from sea, and you're primarily focused on trees, but you're assuming slower than trees.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be.
I'd imagine not particularly quickly. For that size, well, it takes some of the larger trees hundreds of years to get to as large as they are. I'd imagine thousands, 1,000 years, possibly?
That was a long time ago.
Yes.
I must have been here. I don't.
How old are you?
I don't know. Well, okay, this face is 62. No, 63? 63. But I am much older.
How?
I really don't know. The beginning of my journal, the pages are worn away and you cannot read them. And I don't know if my first face had my journal. I don't know how new my journal is.
Okay. And
It
they just
takes
kind of about
some-
face, and I'm gonna patrol the ship.
That was rude.
You take some getting used to.
I must be used to me.
I would hope so.
I want a pirate.
You see that 2 cannons have been moved, facing the back of, on the aft portion of the ship, facing towards the pirates.
I guess, has Bay even taken any notice that I'm... okay.
Well,
cool.
yes, but I don't care.
Okay.
So at some point we're going to have to engage them.
Is he coming back? Is this
Yeah,
the person?
he just gonna pops out. We're gonna have to engage them, so however you got big might be useful.
Oh. I don't know how reliable that is.
Okay.
I don't either, frankly.
Well, because what I don't think... Okay, so because he does it, and his magic does not work most of the time, so it may or may not happen. But I can be a dinosaur whenever I want. Or no, I didn't say dinosaur because I don't know what it is. But I can be I can have the claws and have some fun whenever I want.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you do magic then?
You cannot hide it. You literally do it.
Occasionally.
And it doesn't work all the time? Or most of the time?
It doesn't really... I have trouble with it sometimes.
Okay. Alright, and your friends are going to come up and help, right?
I have no idea.
No
I think one
idea.
of them might be close to dead, but I think she's okay. She's breathing. And the other, she is not okay.
Hangover.
Okay.
And
All
I guess possible comment? I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. She's very mean sometimes, and I really don't want to go wake her up because I she's not nice most of the time, so I don't want to know what it looks like when you wake her up.
Why do you hang out with someone who's not nice to you?
Because she's my friend.
Why is she your friend if you don't like her?
Oh, I do like her. I didn't say I didn't like her. I just said that she is mean.
So you like someone who's mean?
Yes, it's very odd. I didn't think I would like someone who is mean, but she is special.
All right. You have a very interesting outlook, blue person.
My name is Bay.
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 Okay.
If you want, we could be friends.
Okay.
What is your name, friend?
Vari.
How do you spell that?
Varie. Oh, there's my...
Okay. New friend. Good. Now we are friends.
How many friends do you have, Bay?
Well, okay. So I have 3, but one doesn't want to she doesn't want to admit that we are friends, but I was told that we can be friends even if she doesn't say yes to that question. I don't completely understand that, but I'm going to accept it because I want her to be my friend.
You find friends very important, don't you?
Yeah. It's what I'm supposed to be finding. Is myself. And along the way, friends.
All right.
And that is a very, very important thing. And so I have Mandalay, I have Nicotine, and I have Marixana.
Sounds like an interesting group of friends.
They are good. And then there is Cal, and he is just kind of here.
Okay.
I'm off at this point, so...
All right.
Yeah.
So at this point, you can tell that you are traveling south based off of your orientation, so you have not averted course. So you have been traveling what appears to be overnight south of your original. Like, you were starting to move north and then headed south.
What day is it?
It is the 9th of Novulu.
Cool.
So, let me see if you guys would know anything important about that date.
Hard turn to the back of my notebook.
I'm trying to remember, what gods did you...
All of them.
Because it was Hexus and was there...
Hexus and Partash.
Okay. That wouldn't mean anything to you then.
Okay.
You know that there's a holiday coming up, but you may not know which one off the top of your head.
Is it that one? It is that one. It has to be that one. Cool.
Okay.
I just wanted to...
And that would be tomorrow.
I have so many gods written down.
Alright.
I have all of the gods written down. Or not all written down, but I know all of them.
Alright.
So...
Is there anything you want to be doing?
Well, knowing that they're still following us, I probably am going to go down and prep my spells.
Okay, so you spend the hour preparing your spells. Bay, is there anything you want to be doing?
I want to stay on the top of the ship where I have easy access to a fight.
Okay.
And I don't want to be right on the back of the ship because I see the cannons and what's happening. I'm like...
And you kind of remember yesterday what happened with the cannons?
So that ought to be about, like, halfway on, like, in the middle of the ship.
So, like, by the first aft mast?
Yeah, because, like, I want to be where I can get there pretty quickly, but am not direct cannon fodder.
Okay.
So, and I'm just gonna chill, and, if I see any birds flying by, I'll just be like, hello, birds! And just kind of talk to them in Druidic. I can't speak with animals, I just want to actually talk at the birds.
Alright. So you prep your spells. Why don't you roll a perception check for me?
Oh, that's actually... For Bay, that's pretty good. 18.
Alright. There's a lot of movement on the ship, but you see that they're hanging up what appears to be pieces of dark fabric that they're hanging between the various ropes that make up the mast and
Excuse
the ladders.
me. What are you doing?
saying this to the pirate ship that's a mile
Oh,
out.
I thought you were that was
The
our ship
pirate
that was
ship,
doing that.
yeah.
Okay, I was like...
Sorry.
Okay.
I will call out to one of the people on the ship that go, what are they doing?
Hiding themselves, it looks like.
From what?
Eyes. I mean, you can't see what they're doing now, can you? Probably something sneaky.
Oh, they're sneaky.
They're pirates.
Not all pirates are sneaky. Some are very loud. And they just go, ah! And they kill you.
I suppose so. Okay. I'll let the captain know. They look confused as they walk away.
Why is everybody so confused by me? I just speak such fools. I'm just gonna sit back down.
Alright. You finished preparing your spells. Did you put your arm back on?
Nope.
Okay.
What am I at right now? If I was to try and cast.
Add 10% more.
Okay.
Okay.
Could I try and take longer with the spell to maybe, like...
You could... Yes, you could
Okay.
take like a full round action to...
Okay, or
Do it.
like a second round if it's a thing that takes a full round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say that for now. I'll evaluate later.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm assuming you come back to the top of the ship.
Yep.
You're not supposed to go put your arm on?
Yeah. It's not working.
Why?
You saw the end of the fight, didn't you? I could barely walk at the end of it.
What does that have to do with your arm?
Mechanical failure.
But I thought that it was like wood.
Yes. It's still a mechanism.
It's not magic?
It is magic, but there are it's magic that moves mechanical parts.
Why don't you just do one or the other? That feels like it would mesh better.
Well, that way I don't need to have it constantly... I don't need to constantly be casting. I don't need to... I can use that unconsciously. So,
That would make sense. Your casting is not very precise.
Well, it doesn't help, certainly. Especially when the fucking thumb snags.
The some snacks?
Yeah.
Is that why you're bad?
Sometimes.
Oh, so it's not always the sound.
No, sometimes it's the pinky. That happens a couple times. I haven't been able to get it.
Wait, but is it always the hand?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's the elbow, but...
No, but... You know what I mean.
Yes. But that's my fault too, to an extent.
They're attacking.
Suddenly the waves become very apparent.
That's my fault too, to an extent. I made the thing after all.
Roll perception.
Well, that just fucking went everywhere.
7.
15.
You don't notice the sheets have been put up on the ship.
Oh, you meant
Okay.
that. I think so.
You are still aware of the sheets, and now they have covered everything that is visible. It's gone up about 2 levels.
Do you know why pirates hide?
Well, I imagine they're planning something.
Because they put like big, like fabric over
my.
so many things. All the
They did
things.
do that, didn't they? That would let us... no.
I mean, I could just go over there and just kill them all, it would be fine. They'd be gone and we could keep going.
Now that you're up here, do you all have your stuff with you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got my... Yeah, it Sam's
Okay.
one...
Roll perception. Again.
16.
8.
You see that there's glowing coming from your bag. The glowing box that you got from
Oh.
the cave is still in there, and the light is still coming out of the
We
slits.
never did open that, did we?
Is it smart to open it on a boat? What if it just explodes? Or turns into fire?
If it turns into fire, then we have a... And, well, you know what fire does to fabric, right?
Can I open the box?
What's in the box?
I don't know.
We're trying to find out!
Open it.
Open it towards the pirates.
Oh no, I was asking GM if I could open the box.
Oh, me as the GM. I thought you were talking about the pirates.
No.
Or the sailors, and I'm like, what?
I'm going to open the box.
Yeah.
Okay, you open the box, and there's a bright light that just kind of sprays into your eyes.
Ah!
What's in the box?
And then your eyes kind of adjust, and you find that there's a glowing spindle and a bottle of just like a small pot of paint.
Can I put the box like on my lap and hold up the spindle and try and concentrate on if I know
You're
anything
staring
about pirates?
right into the light
I don't care. Can
for
I
10
try?
minutes.
Yep.
As she's doing that, as they're doing that, I'm going to cast detect magic.
Because I have a tiny baby
Okay.
spindle.
So
This is what I do.
the spindle is universal.
Okay.
The other one is necromancy.
I'm going to try and identify them. I'll make...
Okay.
There'd be 2 spellcraft rolls, and I'm an elf,
Yes.
so I get +2 on these.
Yes.
I'm needed on that one. Holy shit, that's 12 for the first one, which gets me the spindle.
Okay.
And that would be 23 for the other fella. For the what's the thing that fell out again? What was
It didn't fall out. It's just
Or
there.
what's the other thing
It's
that's
a
in there?
pot.
Paint pot.
paint pot? Okay.
So you identify it as this, and the other one, I'll give it to you. I'll be nice.
Yay.
So after 10 minutes of staring into this very bright light, nothing happens. But you now have a bar of light in the middle of your vision that is not going away. And your eyes hurt.
It is not a life wheel.
It took you 10 minutes to figure that out.
Yeah, because it takes me 10 minutes to know the information from the life wheel. It looks like one, but
And
it is glowing.
the box still weighs about the same as it did before.
I put it back in.
The box didn't give up any magic, did it?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna close the box.
So you put everything back in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I only took out the spindle and I just put it back in and closed the box.
It's still now glowing from out of the box. Cal
Do
is
you know what that
currently
is?
staring at them.
Yes, actually. The spindle there is actually fairly self-evident. It's a torch. Though, quite a nice torch, considering you can have it effectively orbiting your head and have both hands free. Or in my case, your hand free.
That is funny.
Yes,
You are
thank
funny.
Thank you.
But why would you want the spindle orbiting your head? You just look silly.
Do you remember where we went a few days ago?
No, I have forgotten the days. Yes, I remember.
It would be nice to have, light, hands-free in a cave, wouldn't it?
This is spindle.
Yes, and it's
It's
glowing.
little.
We can still, you close the box and we can still free it through.
Little threads on this tiny baby spindle that is orbiting your head. It is not very functional.
It's aesthetic.
Oh no.
What is the other thing?
Oh no.
The other I've not seen in a while. It looks like it's a kind of face paint, but I'd recommend not putting it on unless you're in unwelcome company.
Oh, okay, so I should put it on.
I mean people you actively despise, as opposed to the contempt.
But why?
Because it would magically cause them, ideally, and unless they can resist the effects, to be afraid. And
Oh, I don't need that. People are afraid of me anyway.
yes, very much so.
You don't get it. I'm very nice.
So you now have the cards that identify what they are.
Yeah.
Because Cal told you.
Yep.
Yeah. And I explain how both of them work. It's
Okay.
yeah.
They're amazing. Sorry, that's
Yeah.
a great name.
The captain comes out and you see is using a spyglass and is looking at the ship.
I want to do the really annoying thing where you pop up right in his vision. I like, hello!
Hello, Bay.
Captain, have you heard about this amazing
Bay, I don't think now is the
person
time to
called
proselytize.
Can we talk later? There's something glowing on the ship.
Woo!
You see there's kind of a red glow coming from behind the curtains.
Not look at the man behind the curtain!
Any chance that they've lit themselves on fire?
It doesn't appear to be flickering like fire, so if they did, it's a very consistent flame.
Is there any way that we could set them on fire?
Can you set them on fire? And not yourself?
I don't have any magic that sets fire at a distance. I was wondering if we could, I don't know, some sort of incendiary round in the cannons?
If you're willing to try and hit them, but if we provoke them, then they're gonna shoot at us. Right now, we're...
As opposed to later, when they're definitely not going to shoot at us, having moved their cannons to the prow.
Can you... Is there anybody on this ship who could get me onto that ship?
If you were to try and board, or like on a dinghy?
Oh, no, I was thinking more just like make me on that ship.
That is something that I've read about it, but it's beyond me at this point.
Oh, well, that's
We don't
not
have
that surprising.
any casters on this ship.
Oh, well, that's not good.
So we can either put you on a tiny boat, we can try and launch you out of the cannon, or you can wait until they board us. But likely if we put you in the cannon, you will be torn to shreds when you exit. And that's how Bay died.
Being shot out of a cannon.
Oh no.
I think Cal sees that and said,
We have lost
if you
the
go...
two voices of semi-reason.
No, technically Cal's still here.
I don't think... No, Bay's smart enough not to go in a cannon, but Megan really wants to be shot out of a cannon.
You're gonna stuff someone in the cannon later, aren't you?
Nope, but it's not gonna be me.
Honestly, so long as you're, bracing yourself properly and have something shielding your feet from the explosion, you'd probably be fine.
If it's the right setup in the cannon, which these are not.
No, they're definitely not.
But okay. Sorry.
So do you want me to launch you out of the cannon?
I mean, yes, but I think that's a bad idea.
I think so too, but I had to offer.
It sounds like fun, though. Maybe if you had, like, a human cannon and not a cannon, I would do it.
A human cannon?
Yeah, like if it was built to launch, like, people. I know I'm not human, but it would be roughly the same size. I mean, I'm a little bit bigger, but I think there are humans of my size, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so if it was like a human cannon, maybe, but I've heard crazy people do
At this point, I don't...
circuses.
At this point, we're going to be attacked. It's just a matter of do we want them to make the first strike or us.
Not particularly, because if we give them the time to make the magic, then it's going to be worse.
Yes.
Or we can possibly get closer to the moon and get help from either
What
the
is it,
Verenba.
man?
How far away is that?
You know the name. It's a continent south.
Okay.
In like the middle of the ocean. What was that? I'm sorry.
How far away is that?
Maybe a few days.
And the chances that they don't know where we're heading is...
Slim to none.
That's what I thought.
I think it would just
We
be
could
better
possibly
to-
encounter another ship that could help us. There's a few on the horizon. But...
So, what if we do this? What if we run until your cleric sleeps, and is able to do what they can do. And then when your cleric is good to go, we turn and we go. Because if we surprise them, then maybe they're not done with their magic, and maybe it's not as bad.
The longer we wait, the longer they hold the advantage.
And the...
I hate to say this, but Cal is right. Oh, that hurt.
They're going to hold the advantage until other people... They're going to hold the advantage unless we take action until we get to where we're going, which is going to be several days. And they are faster than us. At the moment, they dictate the terms.
Are they faster than us?
Well, they caught up to us.
They've been purposely holding back for whatever reason.
That is not good.
No, it's very bad.
It's probably because of the what we're hauling.
What are we hauling?
Just trade goods.
They're after us with magic for trade goods.
They're pirates, I mean... I'm not going to dump the cargo.
No! I don't know what that sounded like. That came from the depths of weird. No! It's like
So the same place you got a bow. Got it.
What?
No. Don't do that. That's stupid. The worst thing you can be is stupid.
You're so insulting.
I would like to remind you my charisma is 7.
I know, and you rock it.
It's good to know where we stand.
So, the problem is that we can't turn on a dime, and if we halt our ship, they're going to see it. So, we have to make...
What if you just slow down?
Slightly.
And they catch up? Accidentally.
Maybe we could try it, just whenever you're ready.
Well, I think you should have your cleric be ready to go, because they were really helpful.
Yes. I noticed you got hit quite a lot. I think I can help with that. I can help with that, as well as making you larger.
Can you?
Yes.
If it works. But I would feel better if there was a person whose magic consistently works and is good with it. To make sure that I don't die. Again.
Again?
Oh, yes.
Samson. Okay.
I've
never
died a
mind.
lot.
Sorry, it's not... I'm not... It's been a long time.
I mean, if I die, whatever, but it's really annoying. You know? Like, I don't want to go...
Oh, I'm sure dying is a big inconvenience.
It is! Especially because I'm out right now, and I have my journal, and if I die and my journal does not get back to the lake, how would I know who I am?
Imagine if it fell in the ocean, it could be lost forever. But that's not going to happen because you're going to be alright.
That's why I want a cleric.
I'll go get him.
No, but let him sleep if he needs to.
I don't think we're going to have time for him to sleep.
Why? Because if they're holding back, and you think we have days to get to a place?
What if they attack us before he's...
That's what we've been saying. You made the opposite argument not 5 minutes ago.
I'm a little stressed right now.
I thought you were about to say you were a little shit, and I was like, that's not entirely inaccurate, but not completely true.
I'm going to go get the cleric. You prepare for the assault.
Okay.
Sometimes I hate me. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Huh?
You two are an interesting duo.
We are not a duo.
I think that was the GM saying that.
It was.
I know, but you did it with the voice, so I responded.
After a few minutes.
That's Colton's voice!
He puts a little stank on it when he's other people.
The what?
So you're saying the sass is indicative of not being Colton? What the hell?
No, it's not the sass. The sass is very real. I'll explain later.
Okay.
You have this sound that happens.
So after a few minutes, the captain comes up with a sleepy-looking cleric who is muttering to themselves as they...
Are you good to cast magic or no?
I can cast magic, yes.
But like you're good? Like you're not too tired?
I'm tired, but it's fine.
If we slow down, how long do you think it will take for them to catch us?
Depends on how much we slow down. Anywhere from a few minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Couple hours.
Okay, well, actually answers that question.
You just have to be subtle.
Yes. Let's err on the side of subtle, I suppose. Probably want to make it take an hour or so.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
And you see him just kind of whispering to try and...
As he's doing that, but here's that thing I was talking about. And I'm going to take my time on this one and cast Mage Armor.
What?
So you watch as
Yeah.
he mutters and pulls out what I don't know what you need.
Well,
for.
it's Mage Armor. Oh, what is
What
the?
is?
What is
How
the?
can I do this? I sound like a loser.
What is
So
the-
as
what
the
is-
spell is completed, you see this suit of...
just a piece of leather.
Okay. You see this piece of leather just kind of disappear, and you see this suit of armor appear over your body, glowing green, and just kind of clamp onto you and fade away.
So I don't know what kind of armor you had, but you have a +4 armor bonus, which does not stack with your regular armor.
Oh, okay. Well, it goes up a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright, so now I can do that would be 17 instead of 15.
Cool.
Joe!
You see that the red glow from the other ship is increasing in intensity.
Maybe we should slow down faster. That should last for about 2 hours.
Sorry, I'm looking up how long I can be a dinosaur. Because I
Oh.
think I know the answer to it, but I want to make sure that I don't try and do something stupid and then not be able to be a dinosaur. Because I don't think I know I can't do it yet, but...
It's like, look, I'm a dinosaur for like 45 minutes, and then the pirate ship shows up.
It's not
Yeah.
even that long.
Oh.
At this point, it's
Yes.
So
5 minutes.
you watch as the ship is growing brighter. It doesn't appear to be slowing down, so they're slowly catching up to you, and it starts to happen more and more rapidly. It appears
Okay.
that the pirate ship is speeding up.
Okay.
Looks like we have 10 minutes.
Have we prepped to fire at them yet?
Oh, the cannons have been loaded while you all were sleeping.
Okay, well, I'd recommend firing into that glowing thing, disrupt whatever they've got going on.
Do you want to aim and shoot at something you don't know what it is?
Well, would you? It's something that they're trying to hide, so it's probably good for them.
And if it's far enough away, it shouldn't be that big a deal, because if it explodes, it just explodes down.
All right. Why don't you roll to influence
Okay.
on the captain?
You probably... Oh, I thought you had
Nope.
a D4 in your hand, and I was like, what the hell?
I may as well have. Probably could have rolled better.
Oh, no!
Actually, are you assisting? So.
I mean, yeah, but it's not going to help you.
Yeah, that's
And I failed to do
that's a
that
5.
anyway.
So you're just giving your toothy grin.
That's a 5.
Okay.
So I'm coming across as probably panicked at this
Yeah.
point. It's like, why aren't you listening to me, you idiot? Probably how that comes across.
Yeah. Right. You should get bigger and get ready to board.
I don't know how long that lasts.
That
I'm
lasts-
ready, but I need to, like,
It lasts for
wait.
4 minutes at most.
So
Alright.
we wait until they are here.
So,
So I can do it.
I have to redraw the cannons.
So-
So while you guys pantomime,
Again, about a minute before they arrive, I'm gonna take some time and cast the spell properly.
He said pantomime. This is not pantas, this is just mime. But
Yeah.
I did my best.
Yeah. So then you are larger, so your AC does go down by 1, but
Meh. Still up from what it was.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So it goes down by 1, so that's
Yeah.
16 and 15. And that one actually just goes down. You can get your fucking armor for that like an ass.
And you'll be using your D6.
Yes.
your-
and you will be big,
Six.
because Bay is big.
Because it's big! Big bag.
And
you not have to roll to see if these
Adrian.
Not if I'm taking an extra round for that one. Full round action, which means that a lot of these spells come.
So this
on
is the
next round,
captain.
if I'm not rolling for it.
Hey. This is my song of the day.
Apparently.
We're
Sing the tune song.
I'm missing one of my things. Okay.
You
whatever.
can make an actual bay. The captain can be my face, and not the big face. I'll be fine with that. I'll make sense of it.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised, like, why we're not using the one labeled B this large.
'Cause I'm blue!
Blue.
Yeah, I know, but like,
'Cause I'm blue!
Because that used to be boot.
Dabba-dee, but yeah.
That's boot. I'm not boot. I'm blue. I lost my pen.
Yeah, dabba-dee, dabba-die. But
Dabba-dee, you're gonna die.
Alright, let me...
at least make it fit in the rhythm.
Okay. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm not a bard. I would be a failure of a bard with this charisma score.
Yeah, but you are, though.
It's true. You know what? Hey, I'm living my life. Oh my, look at the lineup of cannons.
Yep, they've got 4, we've got 3, it's all very well and good.
Ours are still pointed.
Ours are pointed
forward.
Oh, backward really, but yeah.
Did the morons not track it?
Apparently not.
Do we have to do everything?
I guess.
I drew it wrong, I'm sorry. Alright, well...
This one's still pointed to the fucking side.
Oh shit, there's 2 bays.
There's no... Well, that's the captain.
So, obeys the captain, okay.
I don't have duplicity.
Okay.
So,
I invoke duplicity.
roll initiative.
Not you, you've been rolling shit all day.
Oh, hell yeah, babe, with that fucking initiative.
Not bad.
Why did I have that? Oh, because Marcena was doing a thing. That's why I had to boost my initiative.
Let's get the orange.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you're big and with glowing armor. Support cast.
The armor has faded away, it disappears.
It lasts for 2 hours.
It doesn't visually
Oh, okay.
appear.
It's like, wait, no!
It's like, what the fuck?
It's still there, it's just not there. Huh?
Colton's planning ways to kill me. I love it.
Honestly, I think I don't know which one of us is more likely to die on this one.
Oh, I just made a joke at his expense.
Oh man, I was watching that, yeah, but
The face told me I'm about to die.
You
It's
are-
okay.
Who got
My
a
aim is to
20?
start. 21?
Oh, okay. You actually guys got above 20 for once.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Fucking level 2 already above 20 initiative!
18.
Oh, okay. Look at you guys go. That's, I think, the highest initiatives that we've gotten from you guys.
That was the first
No,
one.
I
That was the highest
had,
one I
mine
had.
was pretty high last time too.
Oh, yeah, you held your action, that's right.
Yeah,
So you said
and
you were
that
18?
confuses
Yeah.
me a lot, but
Alright,
9%
so-
understand anything.
Yeah, Pathfinder's weird.
Yeah, I don't like that. Got real quiet.
Bay.
Okay,
Nope, can't play that
there's
one. That's
no
not royalty
like,
free.
there's no way to.
So, none of the cannons were fired. There's a sheet, but you see people moving around.
But there's not a way to get onto the ship.
Not at the moment. You could leap.
How far is that? So it was what, 15?
Mm-hmm. So, to leap
I don't
15
really
feet...
know how that works. Yeah. I'm really not sure how that functions.
It would be... DC 15 of athletics.
I don't trust myself that much.
There's also some ropes rigging that's hanging from the ships that you could climb up and leap across from.
What I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to go up to the cannon
Okay.
and point it at them.
Alright, you have turned the cannon. Where are you pointing it at?
I can't see these guys, can I? There's
You
shit
see
in the way.
shapes.
Okay.
Like, as you come, it's more of a netting.
Then I'm going to kind of aim it just for the, dead center on the ship.
Like the mast?
Right in there, yeah.
Okay, make a strength check to rotate the cannon.
I'm super strong. What the fuck, Rolls?
Look at you were enlarged, so you get your bonus to strength.
What is that?
Plus 2 to strength.
I mean,
So,
that's
yeah.
7 because
It's
I
well
rolled a
oiled.
3.
See, it was a 5, so.
That's what happens when you roll a 3. I have good strength.
I mean, it
So you're
worked.
not used to using your claws to.
True.
So you turn it. It's now pointed. It is now. Son of a bitch. I can't have extended battle music for some reason. All right, it is now
fuck that.
White's turn, who turns the cannon and is now facing this way and lights it.
I never did say it, but I forgot to say it, but either on that turn or when I got big, I dinosaured up.
You told me you were planning.
Cool,
on it,
I didn't remember if
yeah.
I actually said those words, so I wanted to make sure I officially said those words.
Okay. Good to clarify. So he made a shot. You see the cannonball strike below in the front of the ship into the deck, and there's a small gaping hole. You see that there are some individuals inside, and there's some screams, but other than that, there's no movement on the top of the ship. Caladrian.
Okay. So I think I'm probably. So that's up there. So who's next? Who's right next to Bay there? Who's green?
Green is just a member of the crew.
Oh, is the cleric up there?
Cleric is
That guy? That guy.
yeah.
Cool.
Cleric's a brick.
Because he's a brick house. Sorry. That's the funniest song in the world to me.
Okay, so what can I do? I just want to check in on something. Okay, so that should work. I'm gonna try. Let's see how this goes. Cool, it does work. I'm gonna try and cast Spark on the fabric over the.
Okay.
Yeah, shit.
The netting is now caught on fire, and you watch as it's starting to spread across the netting, and you can now see through part of it.
Mhm.
But the red light is blinding at the moment. So you can't quite see what's behind it, but it's starting to burn.
Yeah.
Alright. It is now Square's turn.
Come to me.
Sneaks
Hides behind the dinosaur.
Well, yeah, that's what I need him to do.
Yeah, I know.
Be right behind
And you watch
me.
as they're muttering into their holy symbol, and they just kind of hold it and wait.
Thanks, man.
until Bay gets hit.
So, the red glow is right there.
I'm going to fire at it. Not my turn, but that's what I'm going to do.
This guy comes over, and you see they have a rifle. Just kind of lower it and point it at you. What's your AC?
With all the weirdness, 16.
Well, except for rifles fire against touch AC.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, fire into against
That's
touch.
completely bullshit, but okay, 12.
That shoots off to your left and heads off in a different direction. And he just kind of shudders.
Yeah, the benefit is that the only way to get any bonuses to him is to be a level 5 gunslinger.
The captain comes up to part of the rigging, and you see he pulls out a scimitar.
I have one too.
Alright.
I can't use it in this form, but I have one. I could drop my form and
This
use
one
it
runs over here
once.
to the cannon and points it at the ship. Purple. Purple!
Purple! It's very pink purple. but I'm not gonna
You
say
can't
it.
tell what purple's doing. Yellow.
My future is purple.
There's... Make a reflex save. Caladrian and Bay.
That's not great.
20.
Reflexing is what? 5? Yeah. 12?
Okay. So, you take 4 points of damage, you take 8 points of damage as the cannon
If I could.
strikes your right side and your left and also clips the shoulder of the cleric. But it does not hit the mast and just continues off the edge of the ship. Where was I? Hello. There's currently a board
Okay, that's good to know.
that is extended.
Yeah!
It's very narrow.
I don't care, I'll break it.
It's like 6 inches narrow.
We're about to find out how well it works.
Okay.
Oh, man.
If I go into the ocean, I'm gonna scream for bloody murder.
Yeah, and you're gonna get left behind real quick.
I'm gonna laugh real hard.
Orange, make another reflex save. You and...
Probably still me, yeah.
no, not quite you.
16.
Alright. You take 4 points of damage. And then you see that the cleric is struck in the chest by the cannonball
No.
and is sent flying back.
No!
Sorry, I screwed up. This is the captain.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
I got confused by seeing Bay.
You could make it something else, but I thought it was funny.
And then, after he's struck by the cannonball, he goes, "Ugh," and then the channel energy is currently released. So,
okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you all heal
Fucking well done, man.
13 points of damage.
I'm back at full. Cool.
Yeah, everyone is.
Well, he could have healed me from full there as long as I was conscious.
That is not true for myself.
Yeah.
Could have done about half of what I got.
Yep.
This is why I run at things.
So Green, now having the cannon facing the mast, decides to make an attack.
Far, bitch.
And it does not explode,
That's good.
like every other cannon has.
Oh, you mean like the
The
cannon
cannon,
doesn't
yeah.
explode.
Yeah.
Good.
And you see it.
That face.
Does he fucking miss from that distance?
No, he doesn't miss, but you see this individual dodge the cannonball, but it strikes into the mast, and there's currently a notch that is knocked out of it. And you hear the cracking of wood.
And I just look at the dude next to me and go, do it again!
Bay.
Fuck it. Okay, I'm gonna go to the mast, or to the board,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna get right to the edge of it.
So you're climbing over the cannon.
Yeah.
Okay. Make an athletics check to get around it.
Athletics? Or acrobatics?
Athletics.
6.
You knock this cannon that was already fired over, and it falls off to the side. Not off the edge of the ship,
Okay.
but is currently like...
So I'll use the rest of my turn to go, oh no, and pick it up.
Okay. Make a dexterity check to right the cannon.
Okay, that's
Okay.
not bad.
You
19.
have now re-up.
Oh no! Sorry!
Jesus Christ.
I was gonna get on the ship, but that's
This one starts
horrible.
reloading this cannon.
I knocked over cannon, pick the fucker back up like it's Legos.
So you get 2 attacks of opportunity.
They're gonna make me fucking do it, aren't they?
Well, that's a 19 and a 7 natural, so that would be... Where the hell? 21 and 9.
One of those hits.
Where
It's the 9.
Yeah. That'd be amazing if that were true. Plus my damage, which is... So... 5 of damage.
And you upped your claw damage because you're
Because I'm large. Yeah,
Okay.
because I usually get a D4 and that was a D6.
okay. And you, how much? I'm
And
sorry.
you added your extra strength to that, didn't you?
Yes,
Okay.
because I rolled a 3.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. How much did you say you did total?
5.
And then you got, and then your second attack's missed. So the first one,
Huh?
you slice.
You get plus 2 to strength with that, too. So.
That is my strength.
Yeah, but you get +2 to your strength, so that should have been 6.
6.
No,
What? No.
Enlarged
Because if
person
it's
gives
plus
you
5. Because if it's +2 already, and then I get another +2 for strength, it should have been 7.
but
That's how
if
math
you know
works.
you get +2 to your score, so +1 to the
Oh.
modifier.
That was unclear,
Sorry.
but we're good now. We're good. Yes. Everything is fine.
Okay. So the first one you go over their head, and then the second one you're like, ah.
I'm big again. I'm
And
not
then
used to being big.
you cut into their belly and they kind of clutch. But then they take this small dagger and try and poke up your soft bits in your stomach. And totally miss.
Phrasing?
Phrasing.
No, I know what I said.
My soft bits?
Your soft bits.
Are you sure they're that soft right
They
now?
missed your soft
I'm not so sure they're that soft right
bits. Not all of them get hard.
Now you have me wondering about dinosaur anatomy.
Alright. So, I'm sorry, I skipped you, Caladrian.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, because I went to...
Yeah, I'm after Bay.
I know, but you should have gone before Black, so it's your turn.
Well, that
sorry.
works out for me.
You held your turn.
Sure, yeah, let's do that. Let's see how it works. Cool, I'm good. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time when this scenario was presented and cast Grease on that board.
Alright.
And I'm gonna say, don't cross it! Until I
So-
cross.
But I want
There's
to!
currently a glob of gray grease that just kind of spreads
And
across.
he has to make a reflex saving throw.
Or be covered in grease, right?
No, or slip.
And what does he have to beat? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Goodbye!
Okay, so Black's dead. The captain starts fiddling with the rigging.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer too.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. The captain, Bay, is currently fiddling with the rigging, and you see that they're loosening up a rope and starting to wrap it around their arm.
Oh, he's going to swing.
Mhm.
I want to swing.
This one currently takes a cannon shot at Bay.
Ooh, that's gonna hit me if it...
What's your AC?
16.
With a 2, there was not enough
Oomph.
in the cannon, and it just hits the water.
You're bad at this.
And he starts reloading the cannon. You see him just starting to pack it, rolling a cannonball.
It takes so long. You are coming to your death.
Please do. Please do.
I'd very much like to kill you.
Falls, but manages to catch the side of the plank.
It's still greased, isn't it?
Yes.
You
They
caught
made...
a greased side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's fucking pro, man.
This one runs over to the red light. And you watch as they
Get it out.
pull a chunk of the red light and kind of have it in their hands.
I want to bite it. I want to see what happens if I just fucking bite it.
This one
Roxanne.
reloads their rifle and takes another shot at you.
Didn't this one?
No, they rolled a natural 20.
Oh, yeah, they did. I think they might have confirmed, too.
You take 8 points of damage as a shot hits your left kneecap.
That's a confirmed crit? Jesus.
That's not that bad. Well, it might not have done. He just didn't tell us.
That's true.
So that's not that bad for me, though. We're okay.
This one runs over to this cannon and is currently aiming it at the mast of your ship.
Don't do it! I'll have to kill you!
And it blows out the, well, depending on how you're looking at it, the left side of there, and you watch as the sail starts to collapse in a little bit on that side. You are currently veering to the left.
Damn it!
We're going to lose the half of this ship. Oh shit, that actually...
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do, but I don't want to do it. I'm gonna go do it.
What are you gonna do? You gonna jump?
No. I want to jump. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
This one goes over to this cannon and reorients it towards the cannons. And Bay.
That's what I want to do and what I'm gonna do, and I'm really upset that I can't just jump this shit and go kill it.
I mean, if you take a running start, you theoretically could.
I know, but that's not the smart thing to do, and I really want to kill some fuckers, but what I'm gonna do is... Can I just, like, to make myself happy, can I, like, just kind of kick at the board and see if I can get the guy to fall off?
Sure, just make an attack with your foot to kick it.
That's a natural fucking 1.
Roll to confirm.
4.
Okay, good.
Your claw gets stuck in the board. It's stuck to the bottom of your foot.
Well, I'm gonna run anyway. I'm going over here. I'm gonna want to come back by the mast.
All right.
So it'll
As
move the
you
fucking
run.
board.
Look here.
Well, what I want to do is try and grab it and help
Okay.
support it.
Okay. So you kick the board and you run, and you're kind of supporting the mast.
Yeah.
The board shakes,
That's all I
and
really wanted was for it to.
this guy falls off into the
all I
ocean.
wanted.
Cool.
The board is currently...
In the ocean? Or not Greece anymore?
There. that
Cool.
sounds about right.
That works. Alright.
I really want to kill
And
some
make a
fuckers so
strength check
badly.
to maintain the integrity of the mast.
Oh, that's not great. 10.
You're managing to... There's cracking, but you're kind of...
No, I rolled 2 natural ones before we started.
You're
That's why I
compressing and kind of holding it together. And you still hear it cracking, but it's not bowing as much as it was before.
I'm doing my fucking best.
This one is still reloading. Caladrian.
I really want to kill some things.
Okay. I'm not in range of anything, so...
The fire on the ship is currently spread,
Yeah.
and you can see everything in there now, and there's this glowing red sphere.
Is there any, like, glowing stuff above the red... Is there any burning stuff above the red circle? Like, is it just... Has it burned all the way, or is it...
You can see everything in this ship.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, is there still, like, some of the fabric burning that is above the circle? If so, I'd want to try and, like, cast grease and have it catch some of the fire and fall on the circle.
Some of it, but it's starting to put itself out.
Okay, so not reliable enough. Okay, so I will go over to where the cannon that he's got positioned.
Okay.
And would I have time to, like, say, is it ready and get a nod back?
Yeah.
Okay, is it ready?
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Make an attack roll. Just roll a d20 for me, and I'll do the calculations.
Roll to confirm. A 2 doesn't confirm a natural 1, does it?
Okay.
the cannon explodes in Cal's face, and Cal immediately dies.
I mean, I might fly off the side of the ship at this point.
So, being
So-
at your location, the cannon jams and blows back. So,
I'd probably be caught in this. Like, I'm.
yeah, you don't get a reflex, but they
Yeah.
do. You take 8 points of fire damage, and you watch as these two, their faces are blasted with fire. Actually, just the green, because of the way it's facing, is blasted with fire, and green kind of falls to the ground, screaming and clutching at his eyes. The captain runs back and then takes the rigging and leaps across
I love you!
and lands atop the cannons.
He's so cool!
We're both rolling like shit tonight.
Oh yeah, but I also have to brace his ship.
And he's just kind of bracing atop it, and you see his scimitars pointed right at this guy's throat.
Cool. I'm so glad we're friends. He's so cool. I forgot that the captain's my friend. Oh no, I lied to the guy. I have 4 friends. That is my, like, that's what I'm
The
concerned
cannon
about.
is faced towards the captain.
No! I might only have 3 friends!
He's gonna get killed by the guy with the glowing orb out of the red stuff, isn't he?
And it shoots above the captain, and he just kind of, at this point, realizes, oh shit. And you see this look of panic in his eyes as he realizes
I
what
am
he
coming
did.
for you! Wait, that sounded real phrasing.
Oh wait, Purple's dead.
Oh, no. Dave's dead. Doug's dead.
Yellow runs up and takes the ball of red light
Yeah.
and chucks it at the captain.
No fucking kidding.
And you watch as it sails over his head. And you see this
Like
kind of...
they're rolling their ship too.
And you,
Yeah, apparently.
as it hits the water, there's... And it starts to bubble and boil.
Boil.
This one takes the rifle, points it at the captain. And
Really good or really bad?
you see his gun jams.
I love this.
3 of them! Jesus!
I'm switching dice because I feel bad for these pirates.
Speaking of, do you want to use a different...
No, I've
Okay.
got several others.
Okay.
They're
Alright,
all
his gun
rolling
is
like
jammed.
shit. It's just me tonight.
Mike?
And you hear
I
just...
can't read Pike.
You hear... Fuck!
The dinosaur could lie.
Orange tries to bull rush the
cannon
captain
under him.
and knock him off.
Please roll like shit, you pirate.
But- And you see as the captain is knocked
No,
off of the cannon, but still holding on to the rope.
swings back.
Actually does swing back.
I love you.
I'd recommend against that.
Well, you do something!
Okay.
Unfortunately, I did.
So, there's now the clerics, and you see him just kind of like touch the burned guy's face and just... You see this blast of energy, and you see his kind of face start to reconstruct. You can see one of his eyes open, but the other one is currently scarred. And
Sorry.
fogged over.
Oh, you look like me.
Shouldn't have been that hard.
The green one goes over to the third cannon and points
And
it
away from you.
over at their cannons. Like, knocking the other cannons off kilter.
Okay.
So you watch it go and fall over.
Domino's. You're my favorite
And-
pizza place.
Bay!
I want it! So I'm gonna run up and try and
So
jump over.
you're letting go of the mast.
Yeah. I'm gonna let other people deal with it. I'm gonna run and take the jump. If I can.
Alright. Make an athletics check.
I'll show it to you in a second, but you always do my math faster than me.
I don't know your athletics bonus.
5?
Now I do. Wait, it's...
You run up to the
you have
ship,
Plus 3 to your strength.
and
Wait. 6.
and as you leap, your foot catches on the railing of the ship, and you fall into the ocean.
Oh, fuck.
Am I close to the other ship?
You're about halfway between, but not close enough to... Well, actually,
No,
you're
yeah,
large.
large.
Yeah, with your
Make,
reach.
Can I
make a
scramble
reflex
it?
to catch onto the ship.
It's 12?
One of your claws catches and just... You hear it starting to snap.
Oh, that... You didn't have to
But
say
you
that
managed
part.
to hold on.
Okay.
You didn't have to say that part. Oh, man.
But you feel this pain in your claw as you're holding on by one of them. You take 1 point
That's okay.
of bleed damage
I accept.
Bleed damage?
from the claw as the quick is broken.
Yeah, like, actual, like, legit bleed?
Like bleeding.
Yeah, as in it's gonna continue damaging?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what those words mean.
Yeah, I wasn't
Hey.
sure. So.
White. Let's see. I think they readied the cannon last time, so they're gonna make an
Take it.
attack. The cannon, also with a natural 1, explodes.
This is not going well for us.
No, it's not. There's more
And
of
you
them
see
than
that they are
there
decapitated.
That's not ideal.
Oh, fuck. Is that my new friend?
Nope.
So that's my friend?
I don't.
That just fucking exploded.
That's a hole and.
Our ship.
Yep. We need that, don't we?
Yep.
Cal!
Yep.
There's this deafening boom, and you see
Oh.
the head rolls across the ship.
Well. Shit. I look at the guy whose face I just got blasted off and say, "Should I try again?" Sorry! In advance! And try and light the...
Alright, make an attack roll.
Well, it's a 5 on the die.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what the other modifiers are.
If you hit me...
You're hanging off the ship, but it
Yeah, but-
manages to hit the guy in orange because he's kind of stuck. And you see it strike his head and splatter it.
That was much better, but also...
Dead bodies. I'm starting to mark dead bodies as X's.
I'm proud of
I
you.
didn't do that before. So orange is dead. The captain runs over and grabs
love you.
your feathers.
Pulling my hair out.
Yeah.
And pulls you
Jesus shit!
and throws you onto the ship.
How? That is
And swings back.
large.
That is the love of my life.
And manages to swing over to the front of
That
the
is a
ship.
large fucking dinosaur.
With a natural 20.
Okay, that 20
I
doesn't.
think I'm in love.
Wise men say.
This one takes the plank and pushes it.
Only fools throw you.
And holy shit, you are a dinosaur.
You're big fucking.
Yellow
You're a giant dinosaur.
comes over to the red light and grabs a chunk of it and faces you.
But you gotta know what you could do now.
Can I reach him?
Oh yeah, 10 foot reach.
I have a 10-foot reach.
I forgot to do something. I need you to roll a reflex to see if you land on your feet. At disadvantage because you were thrown.
Well, neither of those was good. Max 9.
You are not currently in a place where you get an attack of opportunity.
We are both rolling d20s, right? Like we're not mixing them up with d10s.
At my rolls, it might be a D4.
That's fair. Like
So-
mine could
This
pass.
one
Mine could probably pass for like a d8 at this point.
This one
So
takes their gun and affixes a bayonet to the end. And
for a second there, I thought this was a Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
the cleric
Can I reach him?
takes a running leap
I fucking love you too, man. I
and
think
lands on the ship.
I'm not sure who I love more, the captain or it's the
But
captain.
The captain is the
the
little
bayonet
fluff.
guy gets an attack of opportunity.
No!
And you stab the guy in the neck.
No! In the neck.
This guy cannot get a break.
And you see
Don't tell me he's dead.
not dead.
I'm like the one guy who's fucking
This is
helpful.
his second hole in 2 days. Like in that spot. Like
I was about
And
to
he just
say
kind of-
something. Okay, good, you're not dead!
half out of pain, half out of exasperation.
This guy starts reloading the cannon again.
I'm proud of you.
Bay.
Fire bayonet. Well, first I stand up.
Okay.
Grab some shit out of the
So this
fire.
one gets an attack of opportunity against you because you're standing up.
Yeah.
What's your AC?
16.
And this red stuff plunges into your chest. And you feel this heat.
It's rock hard, baby. I've got abs for days.
And you take 7 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage, not fire damage.
That's nothing.
And you smell burning.
Someone is cooking chicken.
Alright, so you've now stood up, and they are currently not holding anything else.
Hello!
Alright.
First attack is actually, you know what? We're not on a D4. Not on a D4. That's better. So where the fuck is there it is. So 14.
That does
the
hit.
first one. And 19 for the second.
Those both hit?
We are using D20s. Awesome.
Okay. Well,
I shouldn't have said that. That was my fault.
4
Okay.
points of damage for the first one. And 6 for the second.
Alright, so as you cut in with one and you slash blood into the red glowing light, and you hear sizzling, the other one you kind of take down and you cut something in his arm and you hear this noise from his shoulder.
Ooh, that's a tendon.
Hello.
As he starts screaming at you. Caladrian.
I'm gonna head over to the captain.
Yeah. Son.
And cool, we're good. I'm gonna put some extra juice into this one. He's invisible for 4 rounds unless he makes an attack.
So, there's currently just a rope wrapped.
Yes.
Okay.
They're still very clear.
The captain goes, ah! He has no idea what's going
I
on.
probably said, you're gonna be fine, trust me.
Alright. The rope currently
Yeah, that's all. That's done.
swings over. Is this greater invisibility or?
This is just regular, it's vanish. But he still does
So
get
as soon as he
the benefits.
attacks it.
Yeah, as soon as he attacks, he goes away, but he still gets +2 from being invisible, and they're denied their dex bonus.
Okay. You watch as the captain, well, you may see, let's find out.
Enlarge is not concentration, is it?
Enlarge
Captain
not-
is right by you,
Enlarge
and this
is
person is kicked off the side of the ship.
Concentration isn't really a thing in Pathfinder.
I don't understand this game at all, but that's fine.
There is concentration for some
Mostly on
things.
illusions.
Yeah. So the captain has kicked the other person off of the ship.
That's why I'm not a
Silver
caster.
starts walking very carefully across the plank.
They still need to make a DC 10 check to move at half speed.
They did.
Okay, good.
And
You're a monster. We're just gonna take their
the
shit.
yellow
I was just
moves.
thinking.
You get an attack opportunity.
Ours
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, sad. 9.
No, but you do get the second one because he moved out of your second star.
Ha 21! That is a
misses.
19, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Well, that's only 5, but it helps.
And you see that they do not look very good, but they run to the other side of the glowing red light. And you see that it starts to push towards you.
Oh.
And it's pushed into you. Make a reflex save.
That's a 7, don't freak out. 13.
There's this spilling over of red liquid that falls over you. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage. You're out.
I'm unconscious.
And Bay collapses. Does your aspect fade at that point then?
I believe so.
Okay.
Let me double check that, but I believe so.
And you watch as the claws and feathers fade away. And...
Mr. Cleric.
the cleric comes over to you and says, "We're gonna be good friends now." Your bleed damage is gone, and you heal 15 points of damage.
I'm up.
And your eyes flutter open as the cleric's just chanting over you with their hands on your chest.
Thank you.
Now kill him and get out of the liquid. And Green has reloaded the cannon. I forgot to put the cap. Did I put the captain back? I did put the captain back.
I am
And-
in the line of fire between him and the other cannon, but...
Yep.
Make a reflex.
Yep. I'm still using a D10 apparently. But, yeah, I don't make it. I don't want to do it's like
What is it?
It's like a 9.
Okay. So your left leg is clipped out from under you as you are knocked off with 3 points of damage. Make a reflex to catch onto the edge of the ship.
No.
Alright, you have now fallen.
Yep.
And you're currently falling.
Yep.
Alright, this cannon has exploded.
Remember when we said we wanted to fight the pirates?
Yeah. I took how
That's
much
right,
damage? Okay, cool.
Because it just clipped
Yeah.
the side of your leg.
I'm not healed from this.
So- Bay, you hear Cal make a noise and you see him plummeting from the part of the ship as you're lying on as the liquid's currently pouring over you. It's not hurting you anymore because it seems to have solidified where it touched you.
Damn it. Okay. Can I move if I don't get up? Can I, like, crawl?
Yeah.
I'm probably falling more than 10 feet in the water, right?
We're going to, yeah.
Cool, yeah.
It's about 30 feet.
Cool, 3d6 damage, awesome.
Hold. Hold.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't do that this turn. I would love to. Well, I wouldn't love to, but I rolled to make that decision, and I actually physically can't do it. Sucks. So, sorry, Cal. So I'm gonna pull myself out of thread.
Alright, so as you pull, make a strength check to break this solidified glot.
Oh, fuck me. 6.
You try and break through it and you hear it cracking, but you can't quite make it up. You can make another attempt.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no!
We've learned our lesson. When you get 2 1s, you do not roll. You do not switch die.
Yeah.
This is how Bay dies when the other 2 are not here.
Yep, and this is how Cal dies when the other...
Fucking fitting.
This is how Cal dies
I'm
when
gonna
the other
do
two are
nothing but laugh and then go be sad. So hopefully it's not a 1. That's
Opposite
natural
thing.
20.
Opposite thing.
So, as you're moving, more of the liquid spills onto you. You take 6 points of bludgeoning
I'm
damage,
still okay.
and you're resealed to the deck.
Okay. Great.
And Caladrian, you are currently falling.
Yep.
Is there anything you want to do?
You can't cast spells when you're falling. Unless it's Feather Fall, which is a second level spell.
You can, it's just a concentration check.
Well, either way, I don't have anything that would help me in this particular case.
Okay, so you're falling?
Yeah, I'm falling.
Okay. As you strike the water, you take 6 points of damage,
Okay.
and you are currently
Doing a dead man flip.
starting to move
Not dead,
behind the
actually,
ship
but,
as it's...
He's unconscious.
I am unconscious. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, low level play. Characters die.
Ah!
Yeah.
Alright, the captain
Yeah. And yeah.
bolts down further on the other end of the ship and starts untying the rope. So, he's not visible.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Silver's dead.
Remember when we said we wanted to fight the pirates?
Yellow
I mean, to be fair, that was
takes a
sound
glob
move.
of
I just thought
this
we'd be able to roll on
liquid
something other than
and
a D10.
throws it at the cleric.
That hurts my friend.
And it misses and goes over. And the cleric continues to stay there.
To be fair, we thought we'd be able to roll higher than like a 10, so... I mean, it wasn't a ton.
The cleric has their trident and charges
I love
at
it.
them.
I really don't know who I love more, the cleric or it's the captain. Keep trying to say
And
that,
you see
but
as
the captain.
the cleric takes the trident and drives it down this guy's throat. And you see it just kind of burst out of his
That
neck.
probably helps make it somewhat of a competition, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this isn't really here. It's just kind of pouring. Poured.
It's an amorphous sadness.
And
Is it
green.
Is it still here?
It is, but it's solidified.
Okay.
So it seems like as it touches something living, it kind of forms a rocky
No,
layer.
I was more questioning if the spell was still here, because a lot of people are dead. And that tells me magic humans.
Bay.
Alive. I've got to break free of this.
Okay, make a strength
I
check.
really can't do anything else until I do. That's cocked though. Look at
Yeah,
it.
shake it.
Yeah.
Shake it.
It's still a 1. And then a 16.
Okay, you try and break out of it, but at this point you're pretty sealed to the deck.
Yeah.
You can make another attempt if you'd like.
Fucking thank God, different die. 19.
At this point, you manage to break one arm out and are currently halfway freed.
I like that our only 20 so far has been to not die.
Yeah.
It counts. Caladrian, you can make a roll to become stabilized.
Yep. So that is a DC 10 check -1 that I get a -1 to for each hit point I'm under, unless I'm mistaken.
A +1 to the DC that you need to beat.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
same way mathematically.
Yeah.
Well,
You're fucked!
Yeah. I am stable. Yeah.
Okay.
Possibly drowning, but stable.
So you're not stable, but you wake up.
No. That's
You become conscious.
I didn't think that was how that worked.
I mean, check real quick.
I thought I just stopped dying.
I was pretty sure that you can roll to become conscious.
I'm pretty sure you have to be stable to become conscious.
Yeah. This
But
is.
then again, I know nothing.
It's been a
about
long.
vampire.
It's honestly been a long time since one of my players has become unconscious.
We just did it twice.
Yeah. But as far as I'm aware, you roll to become
Stabilized, and then you can do consciousness.
yeah. Because I'm
Okay,
still,
then yes, you are stabilized.
Yeah, because I'm just not. Oh, I forgot to lose a hit point at the beginning of that round. So I mean, it still would have been fine, but I'm at -1.
Okay.
So, but you're stabilized, so you're not currently dying
Alright, and
until you start drowning.
yellow is dead. The cleric, are you okay?
I mean, help him if you can. I
And he kind of
am alive.
bolts off in that direction, searching for you. I'm going to switch out of this.
I mean, no.
The captain finished untying the rope, and you see him sliding down on it, swinging down, attempting to grab Cal from the water.
Part of me's like the poetic.
With a natural 20,
Oh, thank God.
grabs you, and then starts climbing up the rope.
Can I try and break out?
Yeah.
And then, like, if I can, go run and try and help
Yeah.
him.
Okay, good. I thought
Yes,
I was
you manage to
pretty-
climb out and then run over and you start pulling on
Pulling
the
him.
rope.
That was a different straight line than I thought it was. So I'm glad.
No, I know.
Alright, so you
Roll it
manage
all
to pull the captain and Cal up. Cal is unconscious at the moment, but doesn't appear to be dying. The cleric, you see him just burst of energy around all of you, and you heal for 7 points of damage, all of you.
Yep.
Ready? Yay!
I am currently at 3. So
The hole in the cleric's neck has now closed up, the second one. And at this point, you become conscious. I'll have to look up unconscious rules. It's been a long time since one of you guys has
Yeah, but
stayed unconscious.
It's mostly because we're super low level again.
I forgot about it.
yeah.
We're a lot squishier.
The guy in green with the one eye that's currently pugged over. We'll call it even.
Sorry about that. Although, I mean, frankly,
Can
mine
I-
was at least an accident.
Can I try and run back to our ship?
Like, climb or leap? Alright, make an athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah, athletics.
Aww. My acrobatics is +7. My athletics is +2. So 11.
You're still big.
12.
Make a reflex to catch on the other side of the ship.
Oh no!
How can I roll this many ones in this time? Like, literally, how?
Oh no!
How have I done this twice? If I roll a 1 on this, it's fucking fate. Fate's just goddamn dead for fucking ever. Every life, because holy shit. No, not every life. Please don't do that to me. But, like, I'm not gonna hold it. It's just fucking fate at this point. But we don't switch dice. We've learned this.
Okay, good. Jesus Christ!
So you slam into the side of the ship. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I'm
And
fucking fine.
your claws are currently embedded into the side of the ship.
Great. That's great. Can I climb up the fuck? Can I, like, try and...
Yeah, why don't you make an athletics check?
Okay.
You managed to climb up the ship using your claws. The captain has swung over with Cal. Are you okay?
No!
There was
That's
a 1
okay.
in 16,000 chance that happens twice.
I think I need a minute.
The captain takes a chunk of the formerly glowing liquid and puts it in his pocket.
Oh, I thought he was gonna throw it at me.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Long live the king!
Can I see if I can identify that at all? Like, see what it was? Because I did see it, like, when it was doing stuff.
Yeah, make a
It'd be spelled
spellcraft check.
Okay. 13.
You haven't interacted with something like this before.
Oh,
You also have a headache.
Can I please just go embrace the mast?
Yes,
Until
so
we get it figured out.
so you are embracing the mast. The
I'm
captain.
embracing just hugging it, trying to hold it in place, but also just like...
The cleric swings over, and after searching one of the bodies, and is like, hands out like a pouch. He's holding a pouch out to you.
I take it.
It's sealed up. I don't know what it is, but
I open it.
you see it's a wheel of expensive-looking cheese.
I close it and put it
And
in
a
my
grape.
pocket.
A single grape.
I eat the grape.
It's a good grape.
And I...
Are you still a dinosaur?
No, because I went unconscious and I haven't re-dinoed.
Oh,
okay.
then maybe you're...
I still have claws, though.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, okay.
My claws are separate from dino.
Okay.
So I'm hugging the... I just go back to
Can you
hugging
take me
it.
back onto the boat, please?
You already
No.
he carried you over.
Yeah, but looking at the board,
We're off the board.
I know, but still, like, I...
You'll get over it.
Okay, fine.
So the captain, you see him load one of the cannons himself
Do you?
and aim at their mast.
Okay. I
And
can wait.
you see the mast shatter. And he just kind of,
Hey, Mr. Captain.
yes, Bay.
Is there someone who can brace the mast with, like, things that are not a person?
It looks like it should be okay. Just,
Are you sure?
he has the sails lowered and we'll work on repairs, but you can let it go.
I'm not sure if I'm holding it up or if it is holding me up right now.
The cleric kind of comes up to you. I would help, but I can't.
That's okay. I'm going to...
You fall asleep,
Now, like, leaning on
Yeah.
the, like, hard lean on
and
the
partway leaning through it, you shrink back down to normal size.
just kind of fall down
Yeah.
a little bit.
Is she going to be... Are you okay?
I'm not a she.
I've been better.
I look more like a man than a chick.
I've rarely been... Well, I've never been on a ship, so I can't really say I've ever been knocked off one. That was
looked terrifying.
Well, I did stop falling, hear a scream, I think it was mine, and then I hit blackness, and then I'm not really sure what happened.
Would you like to take a moment and have some food and rest?
I think very much
I think
so.
it's time
Thank
for
you.
breakfast.
That sounds absolutely wondrous.
And with that, we're going to take a brief break. Well, we nervously come back. We realize that this is the most natural ones we've probably ever rolled in a session for GM and players combined.
13, an auspicious number.
Well, we're not sure if that's the actual number.
But that's
roughly.
our guesstimate.
And also, but like, in one combat, not just one game.
Yeah.
So we're very afraid of the rest of the night.
I'm pretty sure I'm using D20s.
I'm not.
I like they're the biggest ones, so I'm like 90%. But
so at this point, you're having some breakfast and relaxation. You
Power asleep on the mat.
make a perception check, -10 because you're sleeping.
No negatives.
Okay. Bay is carried down to their sleeping area. And the captain just kind of comes up to you. Invisibility is pretty useful. So, felt like I owed you one as member of my temporary member of my crew.
Thanks.
Are you alright? You,
Well, I
did
am...
you breathe in any water?
A little bit, but not enough to, not enough to really impact things. On the bright side, it looks like now the biggest concern I'm going to have is that this is going to take forever to dry out, and I like indicating my hair.
Just stand outside. The wind and the sun will help it.
Yes.
You'll have sea hair.
Yeah, I will.
Like salty.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna have gross. I'm gonna have nasty. Well,
You're gonna have
actually-
surfer hair.
Actually, well, I'm kind of kidding. Take a bit of time and clean it out.
This. You're kind of flashy.
Well, that's.
I mean, you are an elf. I hope that's not insulting.
I mean, a little, I think. But that's not the important part. The important part is that I'm not dead, and well, it's kind of the nature. I don't think of elves necessarily, but magic to be a bit out there a lot of the time. So
Your crew is interesting.
That's a word, certainly.
Who's in charge of the four of you?
You act like we have a direction.
You don't.
Well, we know where we're going now. After that, I suppose we do have a direction, as in we are going to a place. But beyond that, we really, for all we know, we could go our separate ways at the port. Really.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to be heading to Davrinia. In this state, we're not going to be able to make it to Verenba, and I wouldn't dare try to get to Gales from here.
That's the same continent, right? But
no. So
Okay.
Davrinia, it's Omun, so it's the southern continent.
okay.
You guys were headed up here
Oh, we are. Oh shit.
because you turned
Sorry.
south to avoid the
I
pirates.
do have a map, but I don't have a map. So where are we
Way
going?
So you
I mean,
started
not
this
that I
way and
know,
then turned
but-
south.
Okay.
So kind of went down here.
Yeah.
So we can either go to Whitechapel or Davrinia. And
Megan has a preference. Bay would
Uh,
not, but I have a preference.
at this point it's really we're headed south anyways.
Whitechapel sounds as good a place as any.
Well, like they could turn us around and take us to Whitechapel, but I don't think either one's gonna. Although if we're trying to repair the ship, Davrinia has forests.
Different it is then. You're the captain, why are you asking me? But
At this point, you've defended us twice. I feel like
that doesn't mean I know fuck all about ships.
Because I'm asleep in a way.
I'm a craftsman. At most, I could detail your doorways or something.
Is that an offer? When you're feeling better.
Well, I think for the moment, it nearly died twice in 2 days.
I also wanted to point out that I have a teeny tiny black-eyed Ursula that probably had something to do with the rolls today.
She's always been there.
But she
though.
wasn't on her perch.
Oh.
I pissed off the
You
sea witch.
pissed off the sea witch. And she took it out on me?
Hey, I had 6 or
Who's
7.
the one that was a couple rolls away from dying, bitch?
Well, you weren't the guys who blew themselves up with the cannon.
I am! I'm amazed I didn't take more
It
damage
was
from
bad
that.
for everybody. I blame the sea witch.
So now that we have a reason,
Yeah.
we're gonna head south, and we will resume course after repairs. Sorry for the inconvenience.
First off, I think that was more than an inconvenience, and second, I don't think it was your fault, so...
Sorry, I had a thought. I'm not there.
No, you're not.
I have a really
At this point,
present
a
face.
sailor kind of comes up and whispers to the captain, I'll return. And he kind of follows them up, and you see them head up deck.
Do what you need to, I'm just going to go rest, I think.
So you head back to the room. Bay is asleep in the bed. Mandelion is also asleep. You see that the vomit bucket is a little overflowing. And Marasena has not shifted.
Take a bit of time, press to digitate the vomit away.
Alright.
And are they both just like on the bed? Like,
yeah, Marasena has not shifted since this morning.
That fucker's out cold.
I detect magic?
There is magic.
Any kind of school? Like...
Transmutation.
Can I identify it?
I know it.
It appears to be... You need to do a spellcraft check. for
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one.
19.
No. But it's coming from her chest. Not from her, just her chest. Like a point.
Have I seen her with a pendant on or anything? I don't...
No, she's not wearing anything.
What?
Like jewelry!
Yeah, she's not wearing any jewelry or anything on those...
Phrasing.
Okay.
I'll be your resident 13-year-old.
I hope that my cough isn't irritating you viewers. I'm sick, but I'm faking it with cough medicine.
That's
Proud.
not... Oh, that's what you're drinking.
Oh my.
That's... I'll be frank, I don't know if that's new. But... It's there, and
It's moderate.
Moderate? Okay.
No, I'm sorry, major.
Major! Okay!
But there's like fuck ton concentrated right in the center
That
of the
is a
chest.
lot of magic. I don't know what to do with it, so I'll leave it be.
Faye is moaning.
No. No.
I'll take the cover off of my bed and put it over her.
Not to her.
Over them, my bad.
Roll a percentile die for me.
I'm always afraid of this. I love them. 68.
There's kind of a crackling in your vision while you're in your dream. And you hear someone crying for help. But it's this faint, soft voice that's somewhat familiar, but you can't place it. Saying, I'm trapped.
Is there, like, any kind of atmospherics with it? Like, is there any kind of...
It sounds like
like
you're behind a glass wall.
there's no, like, sense of, place to it, or, like...
It feels
even
like
if
it's close, but you can't tell how close because it, like I said, a glass wall, so you're not sure the distance or the thickness of the wall. But it sounds like it's within 100 feet in your stupor state.
Does it sound like masculine? Does it sound feminine?
Sounds
I can't tell.
feminine.
It sounds feminine.
And
Shut up, it's Commander.
A lot of ones were rolled.
A lot of ones are rolled.
Yeah.
The day started early.
Yep.
Early. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not how you spell that, but I will recognize that word.
If not, you're like, what the fuck is that
It's
word?
literally spelled feminine. If you can imagine how that's spelled, that's
Any other
exactly
questions
what I
about
wrote
the
down.
voice?
Like, yes, but I can't phrase them, and that makes things impossible. Does it... So it's familiar. Does it feel like someone I've known for, like, a really long time, and there's this just can't tell. Like, it's not like one of those things where it sounds... It's too,
yeah, muffled to get it, but it has... It doesn't have a cadence that you recognize, but it's the tonalities.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, but that made that a lot harder. It's like if it was the other direction, I have a lot of thoughts. But, okay. 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 When I hear that, I wake up.
Alright, so you jolt awake.
Is everybody okay?
I think so.
Are you sure?
No.
Who is hurt?
Hurt doesn't seem to be the right word for
Who is trapped?
I don't know if trapped works either.
But it does. It does. It really does.
Something is off with Marissa, and I don't know what. It's beyond anything that I can do, but...
Someone is trapped, and they are close, and they know it.
Well, it might be trapped. Can I tell what school it was? Detect Magic can tell me what school it is. Transmutation, right. That would... Kind of? No, I feel like that would be a different school, but it's not impossible, I don't think.
I don't understand your ramblings.
I'm muttering to myself, I'm not even hearing you at this point.
Cal, be useful. Tell me what you know.
Sorry, what?
Tell me what you know.
Dandelion is...
I was like, did fucking Boot show up? What's going on? Do we cross universes? What's going on?
Okay.
Well,
Dandelion, are you okay? Are you trapped?
There's sickness in my body.
No.
I don't think there's anything else left.
That's good.
I don't know what it is really. But there's something... Some magic. Strong magic. I don't... Attached, I think, is the best word I have to Marissa.
That makes sense. She was saying some really weird things, and that's what makes some sense.
Yes.
Okay, oh no.
Why did trapped come to your mind?
Because they told me.
That doesn't answer anything.
Yes, it does. It answers your question.
Yes, but they and...
I don't know who it is. I couldn't recognize the voice. It was like far away, but close.
I'm sorry, it was not transmutation. It was conjuration.
That's what... Okay.
Sorry, I had the wrong note.
Yep. Some sort of conjuration is attached. I really don't know what is happening. It's like a bead of strong magic just attached to her.
Can you fix it?
I don't know where to start. There are spells that can...
So no.
Not right now, no.
But tomorrow?
In the far future, maybe.
Okay. Dandelion, you don't know magic, do you?
Whoa.
Could you fix it?
Whoa.
That's not helpful.
No, I don't know how to fix it.
Okay.
Is your magic just the transformation that you do?
Oh, that's no, I can't do magic.
Okay.
I used to. I think. I remember the feel of magic. But I cannot do it anymore. I've forgotten how. What?
The captain opens the door. The captain of the pirate ship wishes an audience with you.
What?
If you could come to the top of the ship, please.
Okay. But really quick, is there someone on the ship who could help my friend? I think she is being held by magic.
There's some sort of magic happening.
One crisis at a time.
That's fair, I suppose.
If we can come up.
Oh, okay.
So as he leads you up, you see that the pirate ship has managed to keep course and is moving behind your ship, and there's a woman who is currently waving at you as she sees you.
What do you want?
I've come to parley.
Why?
You seem to be the most formidable creature on the ship.
But he's the captain.
Fuck the captain.
I mean, I don't particularly want to, and I don't think he would want to.
I think I came up with them better, so.
Your sense of humor, it's interesting.
That wasn't a joke, that's just true. What do you want?
My name is Pyrrhus.
Okay, P. What do you want?
What manner of creature are you? If you answer, I'll leave your ship alone and you're free to sail in peace. But I have questions for you.
Why would I answer you? I could come over there right now and kill you.
Please, do it.
Why are you so excited to die? Your type don't like to die.
And you see that there's this, short, chopped black hair. Appears to be human from this distance. Dressed in kind of greenish robes or jacket.
Gonna step behind the captain and cast Detect Magic.
There's a lot of magic on this ship. And on her. What manner of creature are you?
Why are you so excited to die? Because your type don't usually come back.
Oh, I don't believe I'll die.
Oh, so then you're stupid. Okay. I'll speak very clear. I am blue.
She kind of looks over to the captain. If whatever they are, will not answer the questions, we'll just fire cannons.
I am answering your question.
Blue. I can see that you're blue. Tell me more.
I have a sapphire soul.
Can anyone translate this for me?
I've kind of sussed out a lot of this, right?
Maybe. What?
I blatantly told you guys who I am.
She's Samsaran.
I am not a she!
There's Samsaran, I apologize.
And the claws and feathers.
I don't know, I can just do that.
Yes, I admit we're not particularly clear on that either.
Can you teach others?
Nope.
Interesting. And you seemed to be headed north. Where were you headed?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I know. That's
completely genuinely.
I know.
I don't know.
Again, I would have seen this if you don't.
Please don't tell her.
I just want to make sure I can give the wrong answer.
You picked the wrong person.
I know, which is what's great. She has no idea.
You picked the wrong person.
We were going to trade, and now we're going to repair. You've changed our plans considerably.
And where were you going to trade?
Why would we tell you? Why would we tell you?
Cannons. Your ship sink.
Why are you talking like that? Are you stupid? Oh yeah, I remember. You're stupid. That's why.
Well, frankly, we don't have any guarantees you will not sink us at some point.
You have my word.
And what
is the word?
Parlay.
But that is not your word. That is a word.
I'm going to speak to you.
No, hold up. No, because you wanted to talk to me, so talk to me.
You're not providing any useful information. You seem to just be wasting my time.
I'm not wasting your time. I'm answering your questions.
Poorly. You answered them poorly.
I am answering your questions.
You seem to be the stupid one, so I'm speaking to the smart one of the group.
I go full fucking dino. I still have some time left, bitches. I still have plenty of time left.
Do I need to switch to the battle board?
I don't know. She gonna push me? She gonna come
We'll
for me?
evaluate soon, so... Ah, now I get to see it with my own eyes. Oh, great. Now she can't speak.
Oh. I can speak. And I am not a she.
Anyways.
I'd recommend still talking to them. I can, in a sense, translate.
What useful information do you have?
What do you want to know? You're asking bad questions.
Where are you headed?
I don't know.
Currently, we're headed to... It wasn't Whitechapel. What was, and talk to the captain. What was the other one? Not Whitechapel.
Zabrinia.
Divernia, currently.
Noted. And where were you headed prior to Zabrinia?
Monstran, I believe?
Which port? Elisantire, Verenba? Please don't lie to me.
Verenba.
Okay, make a influence check.
Oh, thank you for
That's an 18?
rolling a fucking natural... Not natural 20, but rolling a d20.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright. Thank you for answering my questions.
Will you answer mine?
Maybe.
Because I will come over there and slash out your throat.
I'll answer your question.
Great. Where did you find magic?
Well, we stole it.
From where?
A ship.
Going where?
You're asking poor questions.
From who did you steal the magic?
I don't remember. It's been years. But we have plenty of that where we come from, so...
Where do you come from? Where do you go? Where do you come from? Cotton Eye Joe.
I'm sure I'll see you around. And she...
If I see you
About
again,
face.
I will tear your stomach out through your throat.
I'd love to see you try. And she waves. And the ship starts to turn the other direction.
My feathers are ruffled.
Really?
She's ruffled my feathers.
The captain just kind of... I had no idea why they wanted to talk to you.
They are liars and thieves.
Well, I admit
My
this
dino
is...
drops.
This is conjecture, but I think that having your crewman slayed by someone who could turn into a kind of, I think maybe dragon, is...
I don't think it is a dragon.
No, it's not a dragon?
So?
Some kind of large lizard?
Might be a bird.
That's true, it does have feathers.
Like an eagle?
I don't
Talons?
think it's an eagle, because it's
This-
the wrong...
It has teeth, though.
Yeah. I don't know what to...
I have this, and I pull out my crystallized bones.
That's very pretty.
It's not large, and
They are the same thing as me, but older. But, like, they are physically older. I don't know.
Maybe you're crystal.
I don't know if I'm crystal, I just think it's old, so it's crystallized.
Do you
But that might
mind
be
real quick?
wrong.
I'm just going to...
Am I going to get it back?
I'm not even going to take it from you, I'm just going to knock lightly on the bone. Does it sound hollow?
Sounds solid.
Birds have hollow bones, that's solid.
It's also very old.
It's also like
Also-
fossil.
It's also made of, I think, rock, it looks like.
No, I just think it's really old.
Anyways, she seemed to have an interest in you, so... And you're fairly easy to spot, so maybe keep your guard up when you're in Divernia. And...
I will literally...
Oh, that's a hard word.
I will tear her stomach out, screw her throat, and not blink an eye.
I would hesitate to start on that. If she is with the No Mercies, they tend to have a lot of
it
solar
should have been a
protection.
bunch of gnomes, and then they could have called it No Mercy,
Kind
and
of,
it would have been better.
I can't believe we haven't thought of that, to be honest.
This is Cal right now. Like, this is literally him.
But just keep your guard up. Pyrrhus is
You know
not
what?
one to be trifled
I
with.
don't-
She's never been defeated.
I don't
So-
put much
There is a
faith
fixed
in
time for
gods,
everything.
But you
But have you
might-
heard about the crown?
You told us about it, and you might just make me a believer yet.
And you just might make me a believer yet.
I just, I don't put. I'm saying specifically, I don't put much stock in gods, but you just might make me a believer.
I'm doing it, you guys. Really doing it. He's gonna be so proud of me.
Is this your actual reaction?
No.
Okay.
Well, inside. Inside. My face just goes.
When you're face palming so hard, you need 2 palms.
And the captain just kind of takes your arm and just kind of starts guiding you. So you wanted to tell me about the crowd.
Yes! Okay, so.
Just spew.
I tell him all the really, really cool things about the crown and, like, how awesome they are and, like, all of the good things they
The captain
do
kind of
for
looks at you and just
people.
kind of waves.
And that he might
You hear
think
parts of
it's
this.
Yeah.
super, super cool that, like, he's, like, real into peacocks. Because peacocks
I
are
go
super
down to my
cool.
bed, and I promise myself I'm only going to close my eyes for a couple minutes, and then 5 hours later.
I tell him about the symbol because I think he thinks the symbol's cool because it's like a globe and he travels like literally anything I can do to.
How long do you talk to the captain about this?
As long as he'll let you.
Kind of. No, I don't push my luck here. I'm smarter than that. But I do the thing where I'm like, like he really cares about like the people who have been wronged and who like bad things have happened to them. He really looks after them, and he wants to make sure that justice is seen throughout the world. And you seem like a really good person, and so I wanted to tell you about how cool he is. But I won't talk further.
You may want to consider speaking to our cleric. You may learn something and teach them something.
I'll talk to them tomorrow when they're not so cranky.
Sounds... And you see he kind of has like a look of like, oh no, what did I do? Cranky. Understandably cranky.
No, of course! It's not like I'm mad at them for being cranky. Of course they're cranky. They're tired and they got stabbed twice.
In the throat.
In the throat. That's hard. It does things to your vocal cords. That's not good. I don't like that feeling. And I doubt they do either. So, I will talk to them tomorrow once they've like, taken some time to, to themselves, to, like, calm down and, like...
Oh, there was something else you were worried about.
Oh, so... it might be the cleric, and that would be fine, but one of my friends, I think, is trapped. But I don't know if it is her, but I think it is. But in her own self, there's a lot of magic.
Who would have trapped them?
I don't know. But I don't know if it is her, but I think it is. Because okay, so the crown talks to me. It's really cool.
Very Garen right there.
It's really cool. So, he gives me very important information.
Okay.
From time to time, and he gives me visions of things that have happened or are happening or are going to happen sometimes, and that was really scary. But I think it was him that sent me this dream of someone screaming for help, that they were trapped, but they were close, and I know them, and my friends won't wake up.
You know them, so you know.
I know the voice, but I don't know who it is, but I recognize it.
So then it would be your... Wouldn't you recognize it if it was your friend?
But it was like through... It sounded like it was like through glass. So you know when like you're on the other side from a wall and you recognize the voice but you can't quite place it?
Roll a perception check for me.
38. Oh, that's a fucking... I don't know why I rolled literally a percentile die.
Like,
38.
what?
That makes so much more sense. I'm having a night. 15.
It didn't sound like it was Maracena speaking. Like, it
Okay.
didn't have the same cadence as Maracena.
Well, you told me it was the same tonality,
Oh,
different
sorry.
cadence.
It had a similar tonality, but not the same.
It's not her.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh shit. It's not her. But she still won't wake up, and there's still like a lot of magic, like right on her chest.
I wouldn't mess with it. I mean, what if it's important?
Well, she's not waking up.
Does she normally not wake up?
No.
If she remains like this on the ship, we'll keep an eye on her. We'll have Harry take a look.
Who's Harry?
The cleric.
His name is Harry?
His name is Harry.
I hadn't had a chance to talk to him.
His name is Harold, but he goes by Harry.
Oh, cute. I like it.
So, we'll have Harry take a look. And if he thinks it's a problem, then we'll see what we can do. But if not, it will probably be something that will have to be done in Javinia.
Okay. Do you know who else could have been screaming? Because I don't think it was her.
Maybe it was the captain in the brig? But he's mute. I don't think he could actually be screaming.
I don't know. Can I go talk to him? Would that be a problem?
Just don't let them out. It shouldn't be a problem. He kind of gives you a little note that says, Faye may go see the captain once. And gives it to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You are a good captain.
Oh, well, I try.
You take care of your people and your ship, and I respect that.
Well, it's not in great condition now.
That is our
but-
fault, and I am sorry. Actually, this is the pirate's fault, and I hate her.
Yeah, she seemed to strike a chord with you when she called you stupid.
I'm not stupid.
I never said you were.
No, I know, but that's why. It's because I'm not stupid. It's because the worst thing a person can be is stupid. There's so much knowledge in the world that if you don't find it, it's because you are an idiot.
Are you possibly conflating ignorance and stupidity?
No, they are linked. They are not the same thing, but they are linked.
Well, sounds like a lot of what I would consider ignorant you considered stupid.
No, because there's those who do not know because it is not in front of them, and there are those that refuse to see what is in front of them.
Well, sometimes you can see different things.
Those
Just-
people are stupid. And I leave.
You just kind of... You just hear muttering to himself as he starts rubbing his temples.
Those
just-
people are stupid. I don't understand. What's wrong with that?
Alright, so you make it out, and are you doing anything?
I'm gonna go talk to the brig.
The most
Alright.
dangerous people in the world are true believers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so you head downstairs, and there's a couple
Yep.
sailors that are...
Oh, I have a note.
Takes it and folds it and puts it in his pocket. You pass through.
Hello!
The captain does not look good. It looks like there's a lot of infection. There's kind of a green pus in there.
Are you screaming? No, I know not vocally, but mentally. Are you screaming?
Yes.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's super dope. I'm really into it. Did you scream to me? I heard it. I heard in my dream someone screaming they were trapped. Is that you? But I don't know your voice, so it could not have been you. Unless I had heard it before. Do you know me? Have you ever seen blue? Like me. How long ago?
30 years? It could not have been me.
And takes out some paper and writes, "My father."
Your father was blue. What was his name? Is his name?
Wrote, "I do not know. I was sent away when I was young."
From the lake?
Mm-hmm.
How old are you? I love that. That was really, really funny. I don't know if it read on any of the cameras, but it was amazing.
Oh, it may not have been.
Colton flashed 5 until he got to 30, both times.
Oh, it did
It
show
did
up,
catch?
I think.
Cool. You were a
It's
little
right on
further
the edge,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the very end of the last one just goes... like, it was like a second later, so it was like a little bit of an afterthought. It was fucking amazing.
It's like 31.
Great. Okay.
I haven't heard that one.
Did you want to go back?
And then you see on the back, why?
I don't know. If it is where you are from, maybe you want to go back, maybe you don't. It is a question.
He writes, "There's no reason to go back." It still looks like child scratch, but this appears not to be the dominant hand. And then puts, "I did not know my parents. What good would it do?"
Did you didn't know their names or anything, just that you were from the lake? You could be my brother.
Well,
Well, if you are from the lake, you are my brother.
you see as they're kind of like slinking over,
No.
and you kind of see that there's blood dripping.
Can you... No one can help him. Can I give him something?
What?
A potion to help with the infection.
If you feel like going in there, but if you're hurt, there's nothing I can...
Oh, you won't hurt me, will you? I'm going to help you. Okay. So I go in and I give him my healing potion. The only one I have. It's just a light healing potion.
Alright, why don't you roll for the...
What is it?
1d8 plus 1.
3. I tried.
You kind of see that the blood stops flowing, and there's kind
It's still flowing.
and you see that the green kind of like looks like it's pushed out of the wound, and you kind of see pus bulging out of the bandages. Just
I'm sorry, it's all I have. I am magic, but I do not have it.
kind of lightly places their hand on your chest and nods.
I'm sorry we hurt you. I'm...
Just kind of like gestures broadly at their...
I mean, if you... I mean, you did not live at the lake, so you do not know the lake, but... Death is not something to be afraid of. And... This may sound harsh, but I would much rather to kill someone than to maim them. That is unfair. And for that I apologize. I will not kill you out of mercy now, because that seems harsher.
And you see them take like a... They're running out of paper, and you see that they're kind of like on a scrap, and they write, "I have nothing left to lose. I have no voice. I have no arm."
But you have a chance.
For what?
Whatever you want. When we dock, maybe you find that chance.
And he writes, "I will be killed."
Then you have nothing to do.
I have no chance.
You have a chance. If you take it. But
Kind of like leans in as trying to.
that's up to you. That's all I would say, because that is your choice. And you can do what you want to do. And I'm really sorry that we hurt you. And if you're from the lake, then I'm really sorry. And if your dad is my dad, he's really cool. And I'm sorry that you didn't get to know him, because he's really cool. And if it's not my dad, they're all pretty cool. Except for him. He's a bastard. Quite literally. But most of us are, so that's okay.
Kind of nods.
I'm sorry. I wish I could help, but I promised that, actually I didn't promise that. Did I? I promised I wouldn't kill him. I feel like I did, but not this time. Okay. So, I'm sorry that I couldn't help more. And if it is you screaming, I'm sorry.
The one shoulder shrug. Kind of like waves by with. He just kind of lays back in bed.
Also, if you're going to die, you might meet this really cool god named Musicom. And if you do, he is everything you want him to be and more, because he's really, really cool. Okay, I'm going to go now. But think about it, he's super cool. He likes peacocks.
Just thumbs up. Shuffle out. You're kind of a.
Oh, I also leave him. Do I have this? I feel like I do. Hold on, before I say it.
There's a pamphlet.
Maybe soon. I do leave him another piece of paper, too, and then I leave. I'll go back to our rest.
And a dollar bill with when you unfold it.
Oh, it's like the fake bunnies that are the worst things in the world.
Drive me crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's when you go to the church and that's what you put in for your.
I haven't thought of that.
I love it. That's so mean. I'm so into it.
It's.
I get those as tips a not insignificant amount of the time at the Starbucks at Barnes & Noble.
That's so aggravating.
Yeah.
I hate people.
We went off track. So, you manage to make it back to the room. You are asleep.
Yep.
Are you snoring?
I don't think I snore, but I am just collapsed on my bed with one leg hanging off, and like I would have one arm hanging off, but you know.
Alright, Mandalorian is still vomiting. Maricena is still in the same position.
Looking over, seeing Cal is asleep. Do I see his other arm?
Oh yeah, it's just on the end of the bed.
Can I go up and like touch it and feel it?
Yeah. You touch it. It feels like living wood. Like it still feels like it's alive. There's actually some leaves that are kind of coming from small buds on it. You see the notch that they were talking about on the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of see where it's catching, and it's one of those that has green leaves on it. And you see there's file marks on it.
And it's also like covering the entire thing are like spiraling lines and runes, and it is very, very intricate.
There's also like a leather strap that kind of attaches it to part of the arm. Because I forget, it's forearm?
Sorry?
Is it forearm?
It is from basically bicep down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's actually like a hinge on it, but it's rudimentary.
Yeah. And all of the fingers are
Is it like solid? Is there like...
Yeah, it's solid. Yeah.
It's a solid piece.
Yeah. It's basically like, it's almost a puppet arm. But like in the shape of a regular arm, and the fingers only move as one. Like only the thumb is separate from the other ones. Like the fingers all bend like at the same time.
It's maybe two pieces at the joint of the elbow, but that's the only place where it's two distinct pieces.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna go to bed.
Okay. So you touch it, and then you go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
It's currently about
noon at latest.
Yeah, noon.
Yeah, but I've almost died today a couple of times.
Yeah.
So
You felt the gods of fate watching you.
yeah, and after almost dying once, that's pretty tiring. So I'm just gonna. But before I actually take a nap and sleep, I'm gonna take out my journal.
Okay.
And just start writing down things about pirates, things about the reef, because it's so pretty. But with the reef, I'm a little bit vague about where it is. It's like, there is this reef. It's really awesome and pretty.
It's kind of
and
here.
Well, not even kind of here, just that it exists.
Okay.
And that it's huge and beautiful. And honestly, by my description, I could probably find it, but I don't know. Like, it's here.
Okay.
And then I put it away. And I just kind of hold on to one of my little coins with the crown symbol on it.
The oval?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just go. Thank you for not letting me die today. I know it wouldn't have been that bad, but there are people here that I think need me, at least for a little while, and it would be very hard to find them again. So thank you.
Make a percentile die for me. Roll for me.
51.
51?
Mm-hmm.
And then a multitude of voices. You were not destined to die today. My child, you are destined for greatness. Just know you will be protected. Now, did I wish you were a cleric? Yes. But
I could be a cleric for you, I could learn.
only if you want to learn.
Okay.
But be strong.
I'm very strong.
I know and can feel you telling people about me.
Yeah, they all think you're really cool, or at least they tell me they do. But you're really awesome, and thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions? You have one question. I can feel it burning inside you.
Oh god, there's so many questions! Oh, please! Oh my god, this is an opportunity! Oh my fucking god!
I rolled 51 exactly.
Okay, sorry, hold
Oh
on.
my god.
This will never happen again, so...
That's why I was like, 51. Okay.
I'm sitting at my 42.
Okay. This is probably not the most advantageous of questions, but... How can I help Molly? She is sad and angry and is saying she is not herself. And I want her to not be sad.
So I have to be very particular about how this... She is more lost than you can possibly imagine. Stay with her. Provide her guidance. And know that you are special to her in a way I can't tell you.
I should have asked what the fuck I am, but that's fine. I'm crying. It's fine.
Okay, I will do what you tell me to.
Okay, my ancient child.
There's so many questions.
That's a really good name.
Feathered one. Stay safe. And you feel the voices fade.
I cannot sleep now. I'm too hyper. I'm crying. I'm definitely crying. It's fine. I don't know sometimes can cry, but fuck it, I can.
5 perception?
You're sleeping, so it's minus.
No, I took that into account.
Oh, okay. Depending on how loud you're crying, are you sobbing?
I'm not sobbing. It's more like, but there's definitely like a,
Okay,
happening.
yeah, you hear this.
Hold on a sec. Looking at the sun, how long has it been since I went to sleep?
About 5 hours.
Jesus! That's not actually. Oh, gods!
Yeah,
What?
gods.
Well, no, I just thought-
specifically.
I meant to take a short nap, and that did not happen.
I did too.
I just overslept. What? Are you okay?
I am so okay. I am better than okay.
Also, this is for beating those pirates.
I am so much better than okay.
Okay. What happens?
You talk to me.
Okay, there are 3 possibilities to that question. Who is he?
What are the possibilities?
The captain, the other captain, and the crown, I think you said?
Well, 2 of those happened. But the other captain is gone.
No,
Well, but I talked to them too, so all 3. Wait, but the other captain was a lady.
I meant the fellow down in the brig.
Oh, yes, I talked to him too. He might be my brother.
Lot going on there!
There's so much going on right now.
What?
So much happening!
What? Okay. Right now, what are you excited about right now?
The crown talked to me.
And what did they say?
He told me I was not meant to die today. And that I was protected. And that, well, I don't know if I should say that, because she doesn't want to be my friend yet, but we're friends, don't tell her. But he said that, he told me how I could help Molly, and I'm very excited. Not right now, not this instant, with like the sleeping thing, or the magic thing, or really very much about any kind of detail, but, overall... I'm actually crying.
Just gonna...
Do you need a minute?
No, I'm fine,
Okay.
I'm fine. It's fine.
You just talk to God, it's
I
fine.
just talked to my literal actual god who I wasn't entirely sure existed until he started talking to me. This is fucking cool.
Twice!
Yeah, I'm fucking special, bitches. That's not a fucking form letter anymore.
And he called you Ancient
He
One.
called me the ancient one.
Child, which is fucking...
Ancient
like,
Child.
Awesome name, by the way.
And Feathered One.
The feathered one.
Like-
I fucking love
Like,
that.
if there's an epithet that I want, like, that they could have, like, the Ancient Child's a fucking good one.
I know,
Like, that's,
I'm
like-
fucking old. It's great. But I'm a baby. It's even better. Okay, sorry. I'm okay, I swear.
Well, you're not, and that's fine.
And imagine there's a lot of like, I'm so...
There's a reason Bay's even more confusing right now.
Okay, so Cal's gonna try and piece together all of the word vomit that I assume is coming up.
Okay, so I was writing in my journal, yeah, about the leaf and
Okay.
about pirates and about all sorts of things. And then I was gonna go take a nap, and then the clown, I talked to him, and I just wanted to say thank you for letting me live, yeah? And so, he talked back. He doesn't always do that. He's only done that once before. And so, he told me, He told me that I was special. He called me the feathered one. I like it. And he told me that I wasn't supposed to die today, and that that I would be protected, and that he wished I was a cleric, so I might have to do that at some point. I don't know if I can do that, but I will try. And then, maybe there's another way to do that where I can still hit things. Something to think about for later.
Well,
anyway,
to be fair, the cleric fellow did stab another fellow in the throat with a
he
trident.
got stabbed in his own skull twice. They're kind of weak.
Well, I'm just saying that they're not precluded from hitting people, is what I'm saying.
That is fair. I must think about this later. But anyway, so that happened, and then he told me that I got a question. You could ask one question. And I had so many questions, like what am I? And where should I go? And is my mama okay? And who is the person in the brig? Who's the person screaming to me? And what is going on with Mali? And is everybody? I have so many questions, but and I don't have any answers to any of them. And could he sort out my memories so that I just could, be okay? Be cool. I have so many questions.
So you asked him all of these?
No, I couldn't. I only got one. And so the question that I asked was how I could help Molly not be so sad and get what she needed. And he told me that I was really special to her. But we can't tell her that because she doesn't want to be my friend yet. That's really sad.
As heartwarming as that is, you didn't give us any particulars on
Oh no, he didn't. It wasn't really particular. He said that I needed to stay with her and a whole bunch of stuff. But it wasn't really specific, and that was really obnoxious. But I'm not going to say anything there because he talked to me. Yeah. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I'm very excited.
That much is obvious.
Oh, and I talked to the fellow in the brig, and he might be my brother.
That raises... Okay, that...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I talked to him because I thought maybe he was the one that was screaming, because it turns out Mari wasn't screaming. Now that I think about it, it wasn't her. So I thought it might be him, and then I went, turns out he is screaming, so it might be him. But I'd never heard his voice before, so I'm not sure how it could be familiar.
Wait, he's greening?
Screaming.
Screaming. Oh, screaming.
But he can't scream.
I thought you said greening and I thought there might be an infection.
Oh, he was infected too, but I helped.
Damn it.
I gave him my healing potion, and it helped.
Likely going to help him die slower.
But, oh no, he's going to die when we get to ports, and that's probably merciful.
That's fair, but to be merciful because he's going to... Oh, first off, he's trying to kill us, but also because he's going to die a slow death.
I'm pretty sure I promised not to kill him. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that feels like something I did. And so I didn't kill him, but I wanted to. Not because I'm mad at him, but because I think it would be nicer.
Well...
So, but I was talking to him, and he told me that he might be my brother. Well, he didn't say that. He said he was from Corcus Lake, and that his father was blue, but he doesn't know his father. So I said, maybe it's mine. But,
I thought that... Oh, okay. Why isn't he at Corcus Lake, then?
Oh, because he's not blue. It is kind of to send those that are not blue away.
Why?
Oh, because then they feel bad. Because, if you are this old, right, and I don't even know how old I am, but the Khan called me the ancient child. Isn't that cool?
I mean, aesthetically, it's an objectively good name.
So, apparently I'm very old. But imagine you have all these memories and all these things, and we make all these jokes from thousands of years ago, and you're the only one who doesn't laugh because it's no longer funny to you. Because you don't know it. It's not nice. You're always left out, you're always not one of us. It's the same reason we get sent to the lake.
So, in your mind, it is crueler to be a part of a family whose jokes don't always make you laugh than it is to be sent out into the wild.
It's not just the jokes. It's the easiest example. But you don't understand how we do things, how we talk, what we're like, because it's so old. But it's also brand new. It is its own thing, and it's so hard to learn.
I'll admit, I don't understand that because that sounds utterly foolish.
What do you mean?
Well, actually, here's a question. When was he sent away?
Oh, when he was very young. To be raised by other people. He's not just sent into the wild with a bear.
Okay, because that's what you implied.
No! I said he was sent away, not he was banished to the forest.
It still seems cruel to try.
Well, if you think that is cool, what do you think they do to us? We are either killed or sent to the lake. I was lucky.
I didn't know you existed.
I was sent to the lake. I met my family. They were good. That's all that really matters. But he might be my brother, and that I feel bad for. He may be a cousin or someone I don't know. But I feel bad, and I wish I could help. But I cannot. Anyway, it's not like you would understand. Molly?
You actually kick her?
Yeah, but not like a full, like, fucking boot to the face. It's
Kind
just
of
like...
shifts in the hammock. Doesn't actually.
Molly, you would understand what it's like to be different. Mandy? Mandy Lion?
Mm,
Okay, I'll leave you be.
what, bae?
Nothing. Go to sleep.
Tell me about God tomorrow.
I will.
Baby Bar said it too.
If she wakes up.
I'd rather be sleeping.
I'm just gonna go sit on the deck for a while. The main deck. Just kind of off to the side.
Okay, so it's about 4 in the afternoon. At this point, are you...
I'm gonna try and get those little nubs filed away.
Okay.
Make sure, like, try and not, like...
You don't want to damage it, but you're trying to...
it's like, god damn it.
Okay.
This
You
is
work
supposed
on
to-
it a little
this is
bit.
supposed to grow out of dirt.
You're working on it. You go up there. Is there anything in particular you want to do?
No, I'm just sad. Which is weird. I've been on a roller coaster today. So, I'm just going to... And I'm still really hurt. Like, gross hurt. So, I'm just gonna go sit on, like, a shady part of the deck for a while. And just, like, look at the ocean. I might draw the ocean in my book.
Okay.
And
Make a
then-
craft check if you'd like to see how well you draw the ocean.
Probably pretty shitty. Or not! Dope! 20!
It's inspired by the events of speaking to the crown. You feel like you must do him justice.
It's insane. So I just go sit and draw the ocean and maybe a couple birds, and then I'll go ask and see if there's anything I can do to help, like just temporarily patch the hole or help.
While you're
support the
drawing,
glass.
there's kind of some work going on.
So when I finish drawing, I'll go see if I
You see
can
that there's
help.
basically nailing in what's basically 2x4s to the side of the mast, and they kind of fix the sail, so now you guys have picked up speed a little bit.
Mhm.
The hole on the side of the ship is more cosmetic because it's above, but you can see that there's some rooms that were destroyed, and there's some seabirds that are going in and raiding some of the stores that are now visible.
Yeah. So I'll just see if I can help.
You hear... Roll perception.
Natural 20! There it is!
You hear Dolores in the bottom of the ship, kind of panicky.
It was the sea witch.
I will go down.
We put her back and now she's okay.
Oh my good lord. I don't you fucking dare!
So, okay, now we have a new superstition here.
We put her back, and I talk to my god, and then roll a natural 20 for a donkey. She stays there.
God damn it.
Anyway.
So there's a new superstition.
Holy shit, you leave Ursula alone.
13 natural ones.
I'll go fucking full, like, Britney fan on you here. Leave Ursula alone! Leave her alone!
13 natural ones, and then a 1 in 10,000 chance happened just now when you rolled the same numbers. Like,
yeah, anyway, so, my luck goes one of two ways. So,
Depends on the sea witch.
I'm very lucky. It's not good luck. It's not bad luck. It's just luck, one way or another.
it's extreme.
I will go check on, Dolores.
Alright, so you head downstairs. Dolores has kind of been sitting there for a while, and you can actually see that there's some light now shining from some of the damaged parts of the hull. And there's actually, like, maybe a few inches of water.
Hello?
Panicky, just...
Oh, no.
you see that the hay that they were eating is now soaked.
Oh, no. And I try and, like, calm her down.
Okay, roll a nature check.
Okay, but I got a plus to this because of things, don't I? Hold on. I thought I had that.
It's a wisdom skill.
Yes, I know, but I have a shifter thing.
Oh, right,
That
yeah.
helps me with this.
Oh,
that
like,
I always forget about. It's a really small addition.
it's like
but...
the
Wait,
ranger thing, I think.
Isn't it just
No,
diplomacy checks on,
Hold on. I have it written down. Give me a second. That. Because that's... What was this? A nature is what you said?
Correct.
Because that's, I'll just bring it up. I have it already pulled up on this thing.
Wild empathy?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You shift the
Isn't it?
attitude of an animal. Yes, you make a diplomacy check to improve the attitude of a person. So you roll a d20,
Yeah, I already
add your shifter level and charisma modifier.
Oh, no.
Oh,
So roll a d20.
damn it. I already did. So, 4 plus. So that's only minus, so that's, 6. And do I still add my nature to it?
No, it's just that's a specific type of check.
Oh, damn it. Because it went from +8 to -1 is what that modifier went from. I hate everything. The thing that's supposed to help you. It's a 6. I wish I hadn't mentioned that.
Luckily, Dolores does not dislike you.
Yeah.
But Dolores starts to calm down a little bit and kind of seems uncomfortable in the water.
No. Is there like an empty bucket or something around?
There's a few that are floating.
Can I try and can I spend the fucking time to bail out the water?
You'd have to kind of walk up a few flights of stairs to do it each time.
I got nothing else to do.
Alright, so you spend a couple hours bailing out Dolores.
Yeah.
Dolores, as well as a donkey can, seems pleased and starts nibbling at your hair a little bit. You feel like the teeth just kind of like...
What are you doing? This is weird.
And they kind of start nosing into your backpack.
Fine, I will be nice. If you stop. This would be really fucking funny. So I pull out one of my fortune cookies.
Okay.
I crack it, pull it out, and then hand her the cookie and see if she wants it.
Yeah.
It's the fortune.
Can I read the fortune?
Oh god.
You told me you had a whole bunch of these, so...
I know, give me a minute.
I have fortune cookies, by the way. For no fucking reason.
Apparently, yeah.
I saw that as a thing you could have.
So you have them.
and thought it was very funny.
That's fair.
So for no fucking reason whatsoever, I have a bunch of fortune cookies.
Alright.
And
Also, just kind of
I can't do that one. That was not appropriate.
Just as a
I
side
talked
note.
It
to
says,
God
okay,
today.
it says, it's your fault if your dead body is crushed.
No. Oh no. I've been on an emotional roller coaster today, and I just kind of put it away.
There's also one on the back.
Oh, okay. I flip it over.
That one actually isn't appropriate either.
Oh,
Do it.
no.
All you need to become immortal is a heart and parents.
That one's fine. That's fine for me. Okay. You're a weird cookie. I say in Druidic for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Weird fucking...
And I just spent some time, like, combing outdoors this Maine and just kind of calming
Supposed to be in
down.
decent condition.
And the whole time I'm just non-stop telling Dolores about my whole day, start to finish, in Druidic, because that's how you talk to animals, right? That's how that works, right? And so,
Definitely.
yeah. It's a natural language, sort of. So, you know what, fuck it. It's the language of nature, let's go with it. So I just, like, battling to Dolores about my whole day, start to finish, in Druidic, because I can.
Hey, Dolores is still nibbling around in your backpack as you're cleaning things.
I gave you a cookie, stop.
Alright. Dolores stops going around in your backpack after you start combing up a knot that's kind of in the... Alright, you get it out. Spend the time. You were...
I was working on my arm and getting Andrew's help
Make
and
a
just...
craft check.
Okay. With Andrew's help, that takes it up to a 22.
For a week, the percentage is reduced by 1%.
Okay.
For a
Nice.
week.
Oh, no, I actually have to... Oh, god damn it. Oh, now I actually have to roll percentile dice instead of using a d20 like I have been. Damn it, okay.
That's all I get for being nice. Alright. Is there anything you guys would like to do for the rest of the day?
Not particularly.
Do you partake of the food on the...
Well,
the
I
ship?
can't eat meat, so mostly meat. And some fruit. So I eat some of their fruit.
I just eat
They also
some,
have boiled eggs. Pickled eggs.
I eat some fruit.
I ate some fruit in one of my rations.
Okay. Alright. And then you all putter around for the rest of the day. Night begins to fall and you see the sun in the distance.
I rather hope that the rest of the days aren't so interesting as the last couple.
There's some large birds in the distance.
Today was a lot.
I don't think you've ever said less, and you've never said truer.
I always speak the truth.
Not even responding to that.
I don't lie. Except for, okay, can you tell me, Mantidian once told me that sometimes lying can be good. Do you understand that?
She's not wrong, in a sense.
But that would mean she's also not right.
In other senses, yes.
What senses? Like taste?
So, it honestly depends on the situation. Today, when we were talking to the pirate captain, the lady pirate captain,
Yeah?
I tried to obfuscate, tried to hide where we were going, and where we were going previously. But because she seemed interested in us in particular, and I would much rather not find her again.
I would like to find her again.
I know you would, but this is my particular preference. It would be not to fight and risk our lives in a fight against someone who knows what we can do. On the other hand, so that is a situation where lying can be good for one party in particular. Because it would have been bad, it's bad for her for me to lie, because she's not getting what she wants.
That's not always bad.
It's not always bad, but it's not...
I would like a 3-pound hunk of chocolate, but that would be bad for me.
It would.
It would be tasty, though.
Yes, but you're not lying.
No, but my point... But if she... But, okay, that's not what I was trying to say.
I understand what you're trying to say, but speaking about lying in particular, and this is more... It's against her interests to not be able to find us.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for what she is aware of, that would be bad for her perspective.
Well, hold up.
In her perspective, it would be bad. If she can't find us.
What is this about perspective? It is good or it is not. It is good overall or it is not overall. It can get more complicated, yes. I'm not saying everything is perfect. But at the end of the day, something will be more good or more bad. What is this about perspective?
If the gate of a city closes at a certain time at night to protect from bandits, and someone is running to get back in time and can't quite make it, the gates close. Is that good or bad?
Who is this person? Is this the person who is going to save them all, or no?
This person is just a person. They may or may not have a family. They may or may not have a lot of friends. But now they're caught outside where the bandits are, and the city has closed its gates and will not open them until morning.
If they are strong, they will be fine. But overall, and I'm not saying for the individual this is great, but overall, it would be better for everyone. As a unit as a whole, it is better. It is for the good that the gates close. Why is this so complicated for people? That things can be good, or they can be bad, or they can be completely neutral, although that is very, very rare. Well, no, it's not. If I have an apple for breakfast or an orange, it matters not. What?
It's somewhat ironic, I suppose. For someone so colourful, literally colourful, you see things very black and white.
No. I just see a very big spectrum of things. I've seen them forever and I see many things. They just don't always fall into place.
Sound of harp music is...
Molly? I thought it was the music.
Yeah.
Marisena's not in her bed.
Oh, did she wake up? Follow the music, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell. It feels like it's echoing around.
I'm gonna walk over the whole damn shit.
Yeah. Hey.
Well,
I'll go with.
Molly?
You hear it coming from the captain's quarters. Door is shut.
Molly?
The captain comes to the door. Yes?
When the door opens, does the music get louder?
Yes.
I'm sorry, is our companion there?
Yes, I asked her to play some music for me.
So she's awake?
Yes.
Well, that's good.
I went down to the room and she was sitting up and seemed to be fine. I assume that your vomiting friend was the one that you were worried about.
I mean, she's not in great shape, but I'm not particularly worried.
Well, they seem to be sleeping, but, bucket of vomit.
Hangovers.
Do you need her? I mean, I was just...
No, it was just... We were under the impression that she was still unconscious, so...
Oh, she was unconscious? She seems fine to me.
All day.
All day.
She would not wake up no matter what we did. I
I'll
told
ask her
you.
about
They
it.
kicked her.
Lightly.
Yeah, that's what you did.
I will make sure that they check in with you after I'm done.
Okay.
I just wanted to enjoy some music.
Okay.
Okay. Tell her she plays very pretty. You play very pretty, Molly!
No, she would not say
No.
that.
She would not say thank
No,
you.
she would.
No, sorry.
What did you expect?
Yeah. I'm very talented, can't you tell?
I can! That is why I tell you play pretty!
Good.
This pleases me.
Like, I can't say this
Okay.
pleases me, it's not quite.
Do they...
The door shuts.
The door shuts? Cast and detect magic.
Can you detect through a door?
It just says, like, it's auras. It doesn't say I have to see them necessarily.
I'm gonna say that
Let me see.
you can try.
Yeah, let me check the text of the spell.
'Cause I initially want to say no, but we'll see.
Well, I can... The first round, It's just saying I detect magical auras.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything about walls or obstructions.
Yeah.
Mm,
In the past you gave it to us? I don't know if you're changing
yeah.
how you're rolling that.
I will, for now, I'll say you can. I'll do some more research on
Okay.
it. But you didn't detect... I mean, you detected the original magic that you sensed before.
Yeah, the big transmutation,
Mhm.
or the big conjuration thing.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
still...
That's still there.
Yeah, but there's no other magic that's currently going on.
The magic's still there.
Does this make sense? I think I understand, but I don't. I have ideas, but I don't know much.
What kind of ideas?
I don't know if I should tell you. I do not like you.
I'm aware.
I do not trust you.
These feelings are all mutual.
So I do not know if I should tell you my friend's secrets. That seems wrong.
I suppose I understand. Your prerogative.
You are not as annoying as I thought you were. I still do not trust you.
Frankly, I don't think I can.
Good. I'm going to sit on the deck until I see the stars. And then I'm going to look at them for a little bit. Then I'm going to go to bed.
I've slept for 2/3 of the last day, and I'm still tired.
I do not doubt it.
Can I see your knowledge sheet real quick?
I know many things. Do.
Continues with that.
But there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
And
These are not people who want to talk to each other.
we're both sleeping.
Okay. No, you don't know.
Okay.
Alright.
I have passing knowledge of all of the people, but only details of some.
Alright. So as you two are drifting off to sleep, I want you to make perception checks at -10.
0.
Okay.
7.
You hear kind of a shuffle in the night, but nothing necessarily draws your attention. Unless you choose it to.
Whoever you are, if you are a friend, go to bed. If you are not, if I wake up, I will eviscerate you. Okay, good night.
And with that, that's where we're going to end the stream tonight. The sound of creaking and climbing into it.
I will eviscerate you. That's where it will end.
Alright.
I'll eviscerate you. Good night!
Good night.
So we discovered that the Sea Witch has true power.
Leave her where she fucking is.
At least over me. That's for damn sure.
Well, no, like...
Potentially over everyone,
Yeah,
but at
like-
least the fact that it turned around so hard.
Yeah, like, real hard.
Yeah, my luck is 0
I was
or 100.
cleaning and I totally forgot I hadn't put her back.
She needs.
I don't care.
Are you going to start leaving offerings to Ursula?
I don't, maybe. I don't care.
Fucking divorce.
I don't care how much cleaning you have to do. Don't move her.
Her, or at least put her back.
At least put her back.
Good
You guys managed to fight off pirates, speak to God, almost die.
Fight is a strong word for me.
We won.
You blinded a guy, he shot you off the ship.
Yeah, like, at least mine was accidental. He knew I was in the firing line.
He had prior. Well, maybe. Depends on which eye he was looking
He
at us.
also, he also might not have been your biggest fan. And just like, fuck it.
Oh no!
I'm saying, like, if that's even, then at least one of us wasn't malicious. Like,
Oh no, I hate him.
There's a lot
I
of
was
people who've gotten
honestly-
kicked off of ships or slipped off of them. That grease fell on those.
dude, like, as soon as you introduced those, like, those planks that cross ships, I was like, well, I know what I'm doing.
And that cleric, I swear, just like follows Bay around. Just,
Now, you need to give the cleric a German accent now, because it's just a medic from TF2. Like, either that or you're setting up a pharmacy
Harry.
in Overwatch.
yeah.
Like,
Harry tries.
I love his name's Harry.
I love him. If Bay was to have a romantic interest, it'd be the captain, but a very close second would be Harry.
Because the captain managed to pull you.
Yeah, he's strong, and he runs a ship, which is fucking cool.
And just
like,
save you, yeah.
Yeah.
he's does really well with people, which, like, Bay doesn't. And, like, he's, like, fucking ripped. And I'm sitting here like, if Bay was one of those kind of characters, it's right there.
Bay would be the one sharing the room with the captain.
Bay is not that person.
I need to figure out how much do you weigh, like when you're large.
I don't know,
8
but a lot.
times as much.
He's like ripped.
So I don't know how much Bay weighs normally, but she weighs probably pretty close
I will
to it.
break you of this sheet.
Sorry, they weigh. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at that.
Um,
But they weigh probably like
I mean,
pretty like I'd say probably 1,500 pounds.
I think it's. Oh gosh.
Like
it's a lot.
at
It's
most,
intense.
like at least 1,600. They weigh like
I
what?
could answer this question, but I refuse to, because I really enjoy you just floundering for once. Because I'm the worst.
The only thing I'm wondering about is the
So
base number,
the range is 8 feet to 16 feet for height, 500 to 4,000 pounds.
Yeah.
I am 6'3", so I would be 12'6".
So
It's
Well, I mean, it's I could tell you based
Yeah.
on the number, but I honestly...
all right. So I'm just gonna say the captain could do it through a feat of natural 20 strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Probably
also,
ripped some muscles.
oh yeah, his
yeah, he is.
Yeah, his left arm is probably not working so well right now.
Or his right arm.
I'm okay with that.
And then you got trapped under weird red light.
A little craziness, yeah.
Which almost killed you twice.
Yeah.
That's impressive. And you survived. You didn't switch dice.
Yeah, don't. This is the lesson. Don't switch dice.
I'm gonna do it.
Because, well, when I did it, I died.
I know. I'm gonna do it.
Don't switch dice unless you want to die.
I'm gonna do it.
Alright, then Cal's gone and I'm okay with this.
I feel like you two as characters got along a little better now. Just scotch.
Out of necessity.
Out of necessity.
Hey, necessity still counts.
I feel like it's well. I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't. It means that we're aware that it can.
Yeah.
If we have to. But now we get a choice.
Yeah.
I also am still trying to figure out exactly how much damage a cannon does, because there's like a third party thing I didn't use, but I'm like, small cannons, and because normally I think it's like 5d6 or 8d6 or something.
Well, I mean, they are like either
Cannons.
They are hurling iron balls, which that's not going to be pleasant if you get hit by that. Even if you get winged by
buckshot.
If you get or they're explosive rounds.
Yeah.
Well, also, most damage that comes from a cannon isn't from the cannon. Or is it from the cannonball? It's from the actual, like,
force behind
debris. That, like, the cannon will hit something, and then the shards of the ship and things are what killed most people. It wasn't actually the cannonball. Fun fact. That's just a historical fact. That's just cool information to have for the universe.
Yeah, right.
Alright, I just updated our ladies, and that made me laugh a lot.
Sorry. It started out a little slow. I had to kind of, ease into it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also a problem when you have the two least likely to talk characters
I know.
of everybody.
Thank you guys for making the effort.
Yeah, I'm wondering I'm still wondering what Bay's thinking about the arm there.
I have thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you found out interesting things about Marcena.
Yeah.
I have so many, I have so many thoughts. I have so many thoughts.
Yeah, and I misspoke. It was conjuration.
Conjuration.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Now a god has told me that I mean things to Marcena, so we're fucking friends now. We're BFFs for fucking life.
I can hear Danicka going, no! Right now.
I'm gonna hear about it.
Oh yeah. I'm so excited.
Oh no.
Bay has this information.
If I am dead by next week.
I mean, the way it was phrased, it could also be that I mean more to her in the fact that I mean her death is coming. Like, it could easily be that too. Because God's word things
in a way
horrible
that they
things.
could not describe.
Yeah, they didn't mention it, so it could also be that bad things are about to happen.
Yeah.
But
stick with her.
But the way in which Bay heard that...
We are friends.
We're fucking best friends for life, bitch! Buckle up!
I can totally see it now. Why are you following me? God said to.
Because I was told to.
By who?
The gods.
And now there's no way to get you out of that one. Still can't believe you rolled.
Exactly the right thing. Also, I had two...
That's why you got a question, by the way.
I had 3 questions in my mind. I had to roll to see which one it was going to be. One was utterly pointless to everything. One was that. The one was, how's my mom? Is my mom okay? Because that's a very Bay thing to do, you know?
That's cute.
And, also because she's a cleric of the crown.
Oh.
Or a paladin of the crown. I don't remember which one, but she's, a very, esteemed follower of the crown. I'm like, yo, how's she doing? How's home? That was one. And then, the other was, what am I? What is this that's happening to me?
Is Bay actually gonna, think about becoming a cleric now?
I think Bay would lean more towards paladin, but Paladin is...
I mean, technically you still have time before variant multi-classing, so you could.
There's some thoughts about Paladin. Because the god fucking told me to. Because the god's like, I wish you were a cleric. And Bay went, I can do that for you. I can be a cleric for you. Do you need me to be a cleric? I mean,
there's a lot of options for,
I don't know how to do that.
There's, like, cleric, war priest.
Yeah, there's a lot. But there's a thought, because the god told me to do it.
Oracle, maybe? There's a lot of options.
I mean, Oracle also makes sense, because I'm getting fucking visions of the future.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my.
That happened once. So, there's a lot happening with Bay.
Okay, good.
I like that I made a character that had no magic and is now surrounded by a lot of divine magic.
Without even being magic.
Nope. Because Megan was like, caster rules are way too complicated. No, thank you.
Yeah, Pathfinder's weird in caster rules. Like, concentration...
I hate magic rules in Pathfinder.
Isn't
like
really a
Dang
thing.
it, there was a rule I needed to look up, and I don't remember what it was.
Charge?
Unconscious.
Unconscious.
Yes.
Sorry. I mean, I literally has been, like, where you've actually had to worry about it.
I had a lot of
years.
practice with it just because I played the...
Sorry, I just saw what Meredith's response was, and it's glorious.
There's a Pathfinder video game, Pathfinder Kingmaker, and I played that a lot.
Oh, okay.
So I'm very familiar with the mechanics of...
Okay.
of unconsciousness, because that happens a lot. Your characters die a lot in Pathfinder Kingmaker.
Makes sense.
It's good to have scrolls on hand.
You guys have gotten, like, this campaign has been a lot closer to death than...
Level 1, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's also partially because the last time we did this, you had no idea what the hell you were doing, and so it was either we were going to die right now, because everything is way overpowered, or it's like we kill it in one hit because it's way underpowered and we just had to learn the rules and how
CR
things
is
work.
bullshit, everybody.
Yeah.
Because I tried to put in there, it's like, if I put these in there, they can kill you in, like, you especially, in one hit, because, like, 2d6 damage, I'm like, I can't do that to them. Like, I can't one-shot kill Cal.
26 damage takes Beta unconscious. It kills Cal.
Yeah. Well, and that's also part of the issue, is that if we're not positioned right, well, you know, if I'm not up front taking those bigger hits so that you guys don't fucking die, then, like, you and I think Maricena is also pretty low.
Oh, Maricena's lower than me.
And then,
like, Maricena is at, I think, 14 hit points, but it takes 21 damage to kill her.
And then, like...
She also has, like, a minus...
Yeah, thing.
2 or 3 to Constitution.
Yeah, she's minus 2 to Con, because she has 7 Constitution.
And then, like, Mandelion's not bad, but not great either.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, and so it's one of those, if we're not positioned right, then the challenge rating essentially completely changes. Because if for whatever reason it bamps behind us and, like, you're now in the front, and I'm as far away from it as I can be.
You're gonna be, like, fucking charging.
Which is why teleportation doesn't come in until later levels, generally.
Yeah, but, like, if that kind of thing happens, or they sneak up behind us.
Yeah. Or if they have archers.
Also, good thing with the mage armor, or whatever.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was a personal spell, or if it was one that you could cast on another person.
I think shield, that's the
Shield, yeah, shield's the first one. I always get those two mixed up.
Yeah, well, I mean, it helped because you dropped my AC by making me larger.
Yeah.
So it's still increased, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because that was last time when it dropped my AC, and that was just it. It was like
14, just like, oh.
Yeah, also, guns are fucking dumb. Like, they like, the fact that they roll against touch AC, like, a gunslinger doesn't need to have a ton of dex unless they, like, except for damage, because, like, they're rolling against, like, where a fighter is rolling against, like, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, like, and that goes up. A gunslinger is rolling against 12 for his entire career. Like, touch AC rarely gets higher.
They do have the misfires, like that one where it just jams, and he's like, okay, bayonet this bitch.
They do, but, like, if they're not misfiring, they're rolling against very low ACs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so long as I don't roll a 3, I hit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I guess it's also kind of the same. It's almost on par with your wild magic effect.
well, yeah, but like,
I mean, it's not debilitating.
but that's
just shitty.
That's like my choice.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's a debuff that was put on me.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I'm just a fucking dinosaur, and I'm really okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm really cool.
And then the fact that the first when he made you big, like that was so.
That
cool.
was dope. That was legit. Like the first time I was big, it was just like, I can kill so many things.
And then you just screech it.
I just screeched out. I don't actually know if I can talk in my aspect form, and I should probably look that up.
It's just an aspect. I assume you can, but
I think I can. I think I can minor aspect,
yeah,
but not
when
major.
you're a major. Yeah, you can.
I think that's the case. I don't know if it
wild
actually
shape
says.
is 4, right?
Something like that, yeah. I really
Yeah.
like being a ship. I really don't want a multi-class, but God told me to, and so now I might have
You
to.
didn't.
You did.
Suggested. I mean, I wish you were this way, but you don't have to.
My literal God.
I know.
Do a thing. I'm gonna do it. Or I might do it. I'm gonna heavily consider doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you can do it in minor.
I think you do it minor, but not major.
I would suggest War Priest.
I really want to kill that pirate lady and take her coat, because her coat's cool.
Yeah.
And then I can see this.
I was getting
Yeah.
a lot of different magic auras on that one, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many different. I want her coat as a trophy
The green
that
coat?
I've killed her. Yeah. Like, not particular because I'm like, ooh, nice coat. But because it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And you're the worst.
She called you stupid.
Just hilarious. It's my favorite insult.
Yeah, and then you're
No,
just like,
No
no!
one calls me stupid. The worst thing you can be is stupid. You're stupid.
So she just gave you like a grave
No,
insult.
I know.
Yeah. And I said that out loud in front of Cal as well. It's like the worst thing you could be is stupid.
Yep, and he heard it.
I do not like Cal.
I was hoping you guys would get along better.
No.
No.
I know.
Well,
I know.
okay, it's not going to be an instant thing.
I know.
If we do, it will not be fast.
I don't think we're gonna.
I don't know. I think there are some very specific and small things that might potentially that have a chance of working.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's any one thing that.
Well,
would,
that's not have a chance of
do it.
working for Bay. Like, I don't think at this point, like, Cal might have written this off.
I don't know. I feel like if anything works, it's going to be really, really drastic or really, really slow.
Yeah.
I don't think there's not a quick and easy fix to this.
No, there's not.
Because you're the worst.
But your dynamic is great. Like, it makes everything fun.
It makes things interesting, definitely.
And Bay's kind of an asshole. Like,
No, Bay is awful.
Yeah, Bay's
Charisma
terrible.
7.
Well, like, that doesn't... Like, you can have low charisma and not be a terrible person.
I mean, I'm not a terrible person. I just don't see things the way you do. And I don't understand how to talk to people to convey that well. I'm really not a horrible person. I just we don't agree on the way the world works.
It's the talk about perspective was like
Yeah.
a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Like, if for Bay, good and bad is not a matter of perspective. And it never has been.
You're about the whole over the individual.
Yeah. Which
makes sense because individualism, you kind of just keep coming back, so what does it matter?
Because I am not an individual, I am a whole. And that's the way in which I view things. So,
And
like...
Cal's, like, he recognizes the necessity of what they had to do, but also hates it.
Yeah.
Like,
and death doesn't mean the same thing to Cal and Bay.
no, it really doesn't.
Like, Bay laughs off death. Like, quite literally talking to the crown was just like, it would have been fine, but it would have been annoying.
Yeah.
So thank you for not letting me die.
Yeah, thanks for letting me stick with these people for a little bit longer.
Frankly, I'm still not sure how the captain saw Cal. Like, I thought he was doing some of the shit, but like,
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but
It's about the conversation about.
no, I don't know how the captain saw Cal fall.
oh,
Like he was kind of occupied up there, but yeah.
but anyway.
They're kind of his charges too, while you're on his ship.
Kind of
Yeah, but
paid
also
to be
pirates.
Yeah.
We kind of paid to be here, and despite the fact that we paid to be on the ship and we're fighting for him to protect all the things.
Yeah.
At this point, me personally, forget whatever Bay thinks. I personally say we don't have to work another goddamn day on this boat. We paid our fucking way. But
and like.
that's just my
And
thoughts.
you guys kind of know this by now, but I kind of like when my characters die a lot of the time.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
You think it's really fun when they die.
I do.
And I think that's hilarious.
yeah,
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, if he dies, he dies. That's why it's like, I rolled if he could grab him. If not, it's like, alright.
Of all the people to be so close to death, this is the team to do it.
yeah.
Because you don't give a fuck, and Bay doesn't give
No,
a fuck.
I've got like a shit ton of character ideas. Like I've got a Sam Saran that's never made it to.
Yeah, like I
to
would
the
literally
lake?
kill that one though, like
Yeah.
instantaneously.
Oh.
As soon as I find out any of that information, you're
Yeah.
fucking dead.
I've also got a pyrokineticist. Although I need to ask you about that one because I don't know. Like, this would be an out of game thing. Like, if we're fighting a lot of devils later on, I don't want to do a pyrokineticist because I don't want to be fucking useless.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you that.
Well,
yeah.
in that case, I'm just not gonna play that character. Because like that is something like I would say, hey, are we gonna fight a lot of devils? I'm not gonna use this in game. But if I'm gonna play this character, I don't want to be fucking useless.
Honestly, it's too early for me to even tell if you guys could fight devils or not.
Okay.
There's a lot of potential in the world at the moment.
For different stuff.
Because rather than putting specific events that you guys need to do or places to progress, I have milestones that can be achieved multiple ways.
Yeah.
So it's a way of me not necessarily railroading while still railroading you.
Okay.
So, anyways, thank you all for joining us and listening to our commentary at the end. We will be back next week on Halloween for a spooky stream. So we will see you at 6:30 on the 31st. Anyways, thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.